Concert Crew Podcast, we back again.
Yes. Yep.
Man, today we talking about Pac, man. Tupac Shakur, man. Tupac Amari Shakur, he would have been 50 years old if he was still alive today.
Damn.
It's been 25 years since his passing, and this year also marks the 25th anniversary of two of his classics, All Eyes on Me and Machiavelli. 25 years, so he was gone for a whole nother 25 years. He lived 25 years, then he was gone for 20. He's been gone for 25 years, man. So when you hear the name Tupac, like, what is the name Tupac? What comes to mind when you hear the name Tupac?
I think just an icon, just the name itself, Tupac. Like, it sounds kind of weird anyway, Tupac. Like, you know what I mean? But to me, I just think of icon, greatness.
I think of like a militant leader. I mean, along some line, like a life cut too short, man. Like, this is somebody who's supposed to be here, and like, he's needed for these times,
especially nowadays.
Yeah, both of y'all hit it on those. Just misunderstood, man. I say misunderstood, like just straight big, like icon, legend, GOAT in his own frame, and just bringing something totally different with meaning something to everybody, and just a great artist, man. And as we all said, like, you know, like life cut too short. It was crazy, but yeah, on that level.
Yeah, man, Tupac, man, Pac was a legend, man, but he was also like a complex individual, man. He had so many different layers to him. He was a different kind of dude. Like, he wasn't like your normal rapper. Like, he had a lot of stuff with him, man. He had a upbringing in the arts. Like, he was a poet. Like, he had that
actor.
He had that militant side from being in his family connections, mom, Black Panthers and all that. So he had so many different layers, man. He had so many different, you know, forms of him. The aggressive one, the one for the ladies. Like, he was he was a legend, man. And he's just a figure that I just think that can never be duplicated again in rap. Like, it's been a lot of people that have little parts of Pac, but he was just one of one. He was a special dude, man, in the game.
From the rip.
But Tupac was shot on the night of September 7th, 1996 in Las Vegas, Nevada, after he attended the Mike Tyson-Bruce Seldon fight. He previously got into a fight in the lobby of the MGA Grand that night with Orlando Baby Lane Anderson. Orlando Anderson was from the rival South Side Crips gang, and he and some other Crips attempted to rob a Pyru member that was down with Suge and Death Row earlier that year. So they told Pac, which I still don't understand, why are you going to tell Pac, the star, that Orlando Anderson tried to rob someone from their crew, and when they spotted him in the lobby, Pac asked Orlando Anderson if he was from the Southside Crips and punched him in the face, knocking him to the ground. And then Pac and the rest of them just started hitting and stomping Orlando Anderson. Of course, he wasn't going to, you know, let that go. So he went back to his peoples, and, you know, they got ready. But the fight was actually captured. That fight was captured on MGM their video surveillance, and it was broken up by security. Pac went home to his hotel. Well, he went to his hotel room real quick, briefly, changed his clothes, and he promised his girlfriend, Kadada Jones, which is Quincy Jones' daughter, that it would be back after she was concerned about hearing about the fight. He was riding to Club 662, which was owned by Suge in Vegas. At 11:15 p.m., that night, while riding in a BMW with Suge on their way to the club, Pac was struck with a 40 caliber rounds fired from a Glock, 2 in the chest, 1 in the arm, and 1 in the thigh. At the hospital, Pac was heavily sedated and was placed on life support machines and was ultimately put under medically induced coma after he repeatedly kept on trying to get up off the bed. That's a sight, which is being. While in the critical care unit on the afternoon of Friday, September 13th, 1996, Tupac died of respiratory failure that led to cardiac arrest after the removal of his right lung. Doctors attempted to revive him, but could not stop the hemorrhaging. His mother, Afeni, finally made the decision, to pull the plug, and he was pronounced dead at 4:03 p.m. In 2014, though, which is kind of crazy, a police officer claimed that he witnessed Pac's last moments and said Pac was he refused to state who shot him. When the officer asked Pac if he saw the person who shot him, Pac responded by saying "fuck you," and the officer said those was his last words. So we don't know if that was true or not, but that's what was said. That's what they said was said. So rewinding back the time, 25 years ago.
Damn.
Where were you? That's crazy. Where were you when the news broke that Tupac passed away?
September the 13th. It was a Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Me, my cousin Deron, my cousin Ernie was at my cousin Ernie crib. I was listening to the radio. And Power 99, this is still when I think Radioactive is still coming on. So it's like getting to that point. It's like 7 o'clock, so it's not quite there. So we just got the radio on, and then they announced it that Tupac Shakur had passed away. Shit was crazy. I'll never forget it. That's how I know it was a Friday the 13th.
Yeah, see, I feel like I remember, and maybe I'm wrong, I feel like I remember being in school when I heard about it for some reason. So I don't know.
It was a school time, but it definitely wasn't school night.
I feel like being. I feel like.
What you mean the time? The time. That
I mean,
when it actually happened.
Well, it said 403 was pronounced dead, so I think I would have been out of school by then.
No. You got to think about 403 West Coast time, so it was like 7.
You're right.
Yeah, I know for a fact, dog, because it was getting dark.
Okay,
PM.
You're right.
PM.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I just remember I remember when he got shot. I remember us being in school talking about.
I thought it was 4:03 a.m.
He got shot on a Saturday going into Sunday, so we heard it. So we was all talking about it that Monday.
Well, remember he died
7 days
several
later.
days after.
Seven.
Yeah, he
That's
died.
7 days theory.
Yeah. So he died way after he got shot. But I just remember. I guess maybe that was during the time that he got shot. I just remember talking about it in school a lot. And I remember it was afterwards. I remember being in the hallway like, damn, man, Pac died. Like nobody really believed like he was going to die. Like
he actually.
Well, you must have been talking about.
He didn't die on a weekday. That's a fact. I know
He did die on a weekday.
It wasn't a weekday, bro.
Oh, it was
He
a
got
Friday.
shot on Saturday night.
It says Friday.
Well,
He died on a Friday.
Friday the 13th.
He was pronounced dead. He was shot on a whatever.
Yeah, but he was
Saturday.
pronounced dead at what time?
Well, like Sunday
It
morning.
said, it said 4:03 p.m.
That's,
I guess
that's West Coast time.
Yeah, no, Nevada time.
Around 7 o'clock here. I remember like it was yesterday, dog.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm not sure exactly where I was at, but I vaguely remember hearing he passed. But I do remember waking up on Sunday morning to see MTV News, and they said he got shot.
Yeah.
So I definitely remember that.
I remember exactly. We was in the back of Compton on the Green Box, and it was actually it was Kiva's birthday and Meister's birthday, and we was back there. Them niggas was crying. We all Pac fans, but both of them was crying. I remember that day. Right. That's why I was like, I knew we wasn't in school when he actually died. When you was like, we was in school. I knew he wasn't in school because I remember being out there that night.
It's crazy though, but just when I think about that, I just think about school for some reason. Like I remember being in school talking about it, and you probably, I'm sure you're right, but I just remember
then you gotta
being
think
in school
about it. Like now, you get breaking news over the phone. Back then, you was getting breaking news over the TV
or radio.
Yeah, but how I remember being in school and stuff used to happen, and we used to hear about it. But like, how was we hearing about it? Like, how was the news getting to us?
You gotta think, though. Like,
was it radio?
Radio
like,
for sure.
Radio for sure.
To the radio
for sure.
Like,
More.
We wasn't. So who was getting this news to us?
So on our
radio and TV, man.
On our bus, we listen to radio every morning.
Every morning.
We had radio. We had MTV, BET.
Well, not during school time. But
but not during news.
Well, we actually, my senior year, maybe not them, but my senior year, we had TV where we could watch if the teacher let you. You could watch. We watched videos in G class.
We had cable.
We had cable, but that wasn't in.
That was an
in
elective
10th grade,
class
though.
too.
Yeah, I had a
slow
class.
class you was in.
I know. I didn't have a class. I used to just go in there and hang out.
Yeah, I know.
That's crazy.
How did the people in the industry react to Tupac passing away? You think at that time?
Man, everybody was shocked because nobody thought he would die. Like what was the big interview when he said that? Like, man, he been shot.
Yeah,
shot
he'll be all right. He gonna make it out.
Make another song about it, and then
right.
Yeah, so everybody was shocked, man, because you didn't want to, like, that was the height of the East Coast West Coast beef, but nobody wanted to see him go, man.
This was like the first hip hop death by killing. I feel like.
I mean,
And
at least
people
big
died,
one.
like,
It
yeah,
probably
a
wasn't.
huge
It probably
one.
wasn't the first,
Yeah.
but it definitely a big one, man. The biggest one that we knew in our lifetime, at least by killing.
Yeah, that
for
can't
sure.
be. What? No, he died after Pac or before?
Who?
Big L died
Big L
after.
after Pac.
Yeah, several
Yeah,
years.
99.
99.
Yeah.
It's his senior
After
year.
Pac.
Yeah, man.
I was thinking the same person too.
It's two phases. I think the people was just shocked. I think everybody was. I think everybody. We kind of looked at Pac as like one of them invincible people, and then I think the industry. I think it was like a black cloud that kind of went over the industry.
Over
it was
hip-hop,
like
everything.
it was like dark, man. Like I think it was just like, man, Pac. I don't think people really knew how to react. It was just like a sad, just like a black cloud, man. Like,
Yeah.
and
It was messy, man.
Even the people that I think that had beef with him, even Biggie, all of them, I think they were just like depressed. Like it was like, damn.
He was so young, 25. Like growing up, you think like these dudes is older than what you think. But
Yeah.
dude was 25 years old. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
And then it was so mysterious.
Really getting to that age where
nobody
you really
believed he was. None
become
of
an
us
adult.
believed he was dead. Like, I don't know if we
Oh,
want to just not believe it
theories were
or
coming
not,
out
but like
left
the
and right.
theories was just like, man, he alive, man. You know, he all the Suge shot me. I
He's
faked
in
my
Cuba.
death. The Machiavelli,
all that shit.
I mean, but the stories that you heard, especially over the years, like, yo, he was just fine. Like he was, yes, he was shot, but he was responsive at one point. The next, it just took a turn for the worse.
Right.
Like,
Well, they said he was talking. They said when he got shot, he was saying words. The outlaws say he was saying words. So it wasn't like he just blacked out. When they said when Biggie got shot, it was kind of like he just
he died on the scene.
Yeah, he more was a rat. They said Pac was communicating. He was cussing people out. They said he didn't want to tell no information. Like they said he was kind of responses in the hospital at some point. So it just got worse and worse though.
Still to this day, like him and Biggie's shooting was just weird to me. Like I've never actually seen, you see a car like shot up where the windows or what I mean. Everybody trying to make a headshot, what you can see, but these joints is like door shots. Like that shit was just always weird to me, man.
But as far as the investigation, I think their deaths was like a swap it out situation. All right, we're gonna let this one go if y'all let this one go. As far as solving anything, as far as with the whole both of their cases, because
that's weird.
To
That's
this
two. That's two.
They both unsolved.
But that's two different cities.
Well, for Pac,
States.
The information maybe Biggie is
Yeah,
a
the
little more
information's out
sketchy,
there, but
for Pac,
nobody was charged.
it's pretty clear. Nobody's been charged for whatever reasons.
Yeah.
Biggie is a pretty good thought of what happened, but Pac is kind of like, here you go, and just nobody.
Only
for
because of
whatever
the fact
reason is
that
charged.
that was the dude he was fighting, right?
Yeah.
But
I mean his.
But we don't know if he really pulled the trigger.
I
But
don't
we
think
just know
pulled
that
the
he was
trigger. I feel like
involved.
he was involved with it.
You feel me?
I mean, but
So
it was
it's-
saying who? Him and his uncle?
I believe
think
Keefy
his
D.
uncle, yeah.
I know he a snitch, but I believe him. His story makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
I mean, he really painted the picture. He said, I wanted to shoot him. Because it was personal, because he just got stomped. He said he reached over me to shoot him. Like, he was the closest. Keefy D was the closest. But that was personal at that point.
That's what you believe?
Huh?
I'm just saying that's what it's believable to you.
No, that
He had a documentary which sounded
that,
like
that
real-
documentary, dog.
real-
He
I
painted
feel
the
you.
whole
I
thing.
feel what you're
Do you
saying.
think he just lying?
I'm not saying that, but
I
You know
mean,
what he was done? He had
that
he
is
had the gun on the
a
tire.
culture that he ain't had no business getting in. No, I'm just saying.
You talking about Pac? I'm talking
Yeah,
about
yeah.
Keefy D.
That's
Okay,
definitely
right,
as far
culture
as
he
we
ain't-
know, that could have been initiation night. Well, why would you go tell him of all people when you got a whole mob with you?
No, I agree.
You know what I'm saying?
So
So you saying-
you're hinting at
Yeah,
still.
There's another
See,
theory.
I think
I'm just being
I
optimistic,
believe that at
everybody.
one point, but I think I'm off that.
Hold
at this
on.
point, man.
You talking about like Pac being initiated to be a blood?
Yeah, whatever the
No
situation.
I feel like you're hinting
Come on.
that there's still like Suge was involved.
Yeah.
I believe that
because he
at
got
one
to show
point.
his work because he never showed his work until
That
then.
ain't work. That's fighting.
Yeah, I understand, but you know how it go. But when you come into that situation,
He the star though. You can't let him get in no
Dog,
stupid
you
shit.
got-
like that.
you got 25 rules there and you let Pac go?
Yeah, I understand that. But on the same token, if you not really, if I'm just thinking from the outside.
But they're young too at the time too. They're
Hindsight
25,
wasn't
27.
Yeah,
Hindsight wasn't 2020 because
Nah, they wasn't.
That
If-
was the end of Death Row.
If that was an executive decision, that was a stupid, very
It's
stupid.
a lot of
that messed a
executive
lot of
stupid
business
decisions.
up. I mean, at the end of the day, you make
That's
more.
still happening to this day, though.
I agree, but if you a cutthroat, even if you a cutthroat, shrewd dude, you make more money off Pac alive. Even though you made a lot of money in his passing, you make even more money with him alive than dead.
Yeah,
But what about all this? They say all the threats of him leaving. All that stopped. You know what I'm saying? So you got to think about all that. Like, it's a whole broad story. That's what makes it so different pieces of art that he put out there, and the way he was thinking make you think these type things because he was so abroad. Like the 7-Day Theory and all that plays a part. You know what I'm saying? Whether we know it or not, but he rather his life be a mystery due to the people that he was studying, the people he was reading about.
Was this the whole Machiavelli? I get the name, the 7-Day Theory. Was that all thought up by Pac, or was that done later?
Nah,
It's all Pac.
They called it Machiavelli. They said it was Machiavelli before.
I heard the Machiavelli.
Yeah. I don't know about the 7-Day Theory part. I know he recorded. Everything was done. He recorded the song in 3 days, and it was mastered. It was mastered within 7. So I don't know if Pac had to do with the 7-Day Theory part, but the Machiavelli part, that was him.
And it's crazy, like who he was in his life. Like you could tell, like he always came back to his essence. Like especially when he's writing, like White Man's World, and you know what I mean that's the Pac that who he was. Like all that other shit was just being part of Death Row, being caught up in the beefs and shit like that. I mean, that was good music though. Like
great music,
like Bomb First and all that shit was dope, but it wasn't like still to this day that's my favorite song on the album. White Man's World.
It's also what he became,
White
though.
Great
Taz.
song.
Huh?
It's what he became. You know what I'm saying? Not saying like that could have been something that was already in him, and when he got there, he got a chance to unleash it.
What the violent part? I mean the
I'm
beef
just saying
shit.
all of it because he did the shooting and all that towards the police and all that before he went to Death Row.
But I'm talking about that was the white people though.
No, I'm just saying, but
I'm talking about
as an
us
artist,
as people. Like, no, I mean, like it actually sounds crazy. Like he contradicts himself on the album. Like it's not them that's killing us. It's us that's killing us. It's not them that's knocking us off. It's us that's knocking us off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You better wake up or you're going to be a victim of this white man's world, which was dope as shit. I'm like, and then the next song, Jay-Z died too, looking up for Mobb Deep, nigga, when I find you.
Because I am what I am.
But bro, like,
I understand what you're saying, but I am what I
was.
am. But it's like you showing the other side of you.
But you didn't get that until you got there. Like, because Me Against the World wasn't really that.
Why wasn't it?
It wasn't.
It was. It was both.
Me Against the World?
Death Around the Corner. Death Around the Corner.
That wasn't.
This is extreme. This
It went to another level, which was
totally
patented
dark.
off of that and off of that. Because you got both of this into that, into one substance. All this shit is like written in his, like how he wanted us to think and how he wanted us to believe.
Let me ask you this.
That's
Freaks.
why it's shit so much of a mystery.
So Freak. So all right. So say if Pac does live after this Machiavelli, what sound do you think he would be going for after going through all this?
Ain't no telling because Machiavelli was his last project on Death Row.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? That's why he put it out so quick.
And you know from like we all watch the interviews and documentaries and dig a little deeper with certain shit.
Yeah.
Like they made it seem like when he passed away he was owed money but he ain't had no bread.
Yeah.
Of course they gonna do that. That's what they all do.
All right,
Not unless your shit is already.
Since you brought up that, Taz, it's been a lot of stuff within the last couple years,
Which could be
going against Pac's character a little bit. Whether you got the Haitian Jack joint on the FX documentary, whether you got that other thing on Fox where they were saying that Pac actually shot himself in Quad City Studio, kind of like Cheddar Bob, and he didn't. Get shit. No, I ain't shit. But that's
that's true.
I know.
And then also, it was also what was it? Somebody else said. Funkmaster Flex a few years ago said that that Pac was like he divided the industry. Like this stuff is attacking his. I mean, he's going also.
The whole jail stuff.
But it's also attacking his character. Like. How do you feel about? Do you think it's truth to that stuff? But do you think it's
some of this stuff was going on before he passed away? It was a documentary, Thug Immortal, or what was it called? It was one of them documentaries. He was still here when he lived in Oakland and stuff. And they had like dudes like, man, he wasn't even like that. Like that's not who he was. Like he was a good dude. Like all this thug life shit wasn't him. I mean, but dog, like Pac himself, dog, was amazing. Like he could have. I think he just went down the wrong road. If he'd went the other way and been militant, maybe he'd have still died because they would have probably killed him. Meaning the cops or politics or whatever the case.
That
may
I
be.
agree with. That,
Yeah,
I
so
think
I
he got involved with some of the wrong people for whatever reasons.
He's a powerful mind, man.
And then when he got involved in the gang thing, I think that was a little bit out of his realm.
He just went in too
but
deep.
Suge put the battery in his back. I believe he put the battery in his back on that.
But you got to think too, which I feel like is the biggest what if is like, you know, Pac being so smart and so he loves his people. Like, why would you even want to associate yourself with known gang members?
Because they bailed you out of jail.
But that's
like everybody else left.
That
you.
was also signing up for Death Row. That's like signing up for Death Row, though.
Jimmy Iovine was the one that.
But
wrote
who
the
was
check.
Jimmy Iovine? Jimmy Iovine was the major. Who was like Suge was signed to Jimmy Iovine.
Yeah.
That was his partnership.
Yeah. But
So
it wasn't
that's
Death Row that wrote the check.
No, it wasn't down the road to check, but who they sent to get the check?
To get him.
They sent Suge.
Yeah. I get that, but it's like,
What else?
Better than sitting in jail. So.
What else you gonna put him on? Like what was the major? That wasn't Sony, was
Interscope.
it? Interscope, yeah. Interscope.
Yeah.
Like, could you imagine just Pac on Interscope? That should have been weird.
Yeah, at the time.
That's a fact.
At what time?
Interscope. Well, then Dr. Dre ended up going there.
Yeah, but that was after he left.
Nobody knew what Pac was coming after he left prison.
Yeah.
So you can't say that. The hunger and all that was instilled in him. It ain't had nothing to do with Death Row, but it just him coming home and had a lot to say.
So you think somebody like Haitian Jack, which is credible? Do you think the stuff he said about Pac, which in a way I don't think he was all the way really disrespecting him. He was just saying that Pac he ain't had nothing to do with certain stuff and that he was getting blamed for, and Pac was just in over his head pretty much in a lot of that stuff.
Well, did get kind of blamed for it though, didn't he? Haitian Jack.
Well, yeah,
no, Haitian Jack. Jimmy Henchman.
Oh, Jimmy Henchman did. Yeah.
For the robbery.
Yeah,
I can see that.
For the robbery.
I can definitely see
but
that.
he's saying, yo, you putting my name out there, everybody believing you Pac, and this ain't even.
He damn sure
this
did.
ain't even true. You calling me a snitch?
The dude Tut from
yeah. And he's saying
Cypress.
you calling me a snitch, and all the street people are saying like he far from Haitian Jack at least. I can't speak on Jimmy Henchman, but they all coming up for him like it ain't the truth. So I don't know, man. Pac, like I said, he was a mysterious dude, man. He was. Yeah. He had a lot of elements to him, man.
Yeah, he didn't have social media either, so we really know who the real Pac is. That'd be crazy.
And he did a lot in a short period of time, man.
He was amazing. You gotta think all the albums. Like I don't count all them Machiavelli 30s and all that shit.
Yeah,
but
me neither.
But I think I could actually stop. I mean, Are You Still Down was cool, but I think I gotta stop at Machiavelli, man. Better Days I definitely don't count.
Better Days was all right.
He had some good songs, but it wasn't like a complete. It
was like even with Are You Still Down, like that had a lot of
old stuff.
Troublesome was on there, right?
Yeah.
96 Troublesome.
Troublesome was hard though.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. So after like all these years, why does his name still get mentioned like a lot every year?
No,
like
'cause
25 years later, he's still
dog.
making headlines though, not like little news. Like it'd be like Pac headlines every year, like numerous Pac headlines. 25 years ago, he died.
I think people just don't want to let him go. Also the fact that in the black community we still have these issues, and it's always like, damn, what would Pac say about this, or how would he feel about today's music? How would he, just curious.
So most of the media now, for that I know, or maybe I'm not in tune, but most of the media, like podcasts and stuff like that, those guys are like use the 30 to 35 range, right?
Right.
Pac was one of them dudes at that time. Like, you know what I mean? He was one of them aliens, like the Biggie, Jay-Z, Nas, Pacs. Like,
he better than all them dudes that got podcasts though.
What are you talking about?
All them dudes that's doing it now with the podcast that
you said we
Pac,
are?
Nah, Pac is. No, well, I was looking at.
No.
the
I'm
time
saying
frame.
why his name is still alive.
Yeah.
Like I mean,
I feel
so I'm quite sure if you had these dudes out there that's 19, 20, 25, they ain't gonna talk about Pac as much because he. You know what I mean? They were.
He's not gonna be mentioned.
He ain't
at
gonna be
all.
mentioned, right?
But then also it's like, why not keep his name around for these young kids to, you know what I mean?
You think they
listen
really
to
going back to listen to Machiavelli?
They might. I mean,
I think Pac is more than even his music. I think it's like this mystique with him, like that carries him. Like that's why the young people, I think they like you said, Ted. They probably never even really heard his project. They might have heard songs, but they probably never actually sat down and listened to none of these albums. But the mystique, Pac. That's all they know. Like
Then they go back and do their. Of course, they're gonna go back to do their hood DVD chronicles research.
No, I think somebody like say a 30-year-old like somebody like Meek is locked into Pac.
Oh yeah,
But
absolutely.
I'm talking about like a 21-year-old. Like all of them ain't really.
Yeah, like
They know
maybe
some
a song or
songs.
like the
two.
Young and Aces and the Fulio, them dudes, they're not listening
Yeah,
to Pac.
right. But I bet you they know stuff about Pac just because of his mystique of being Tupac. I think that's where
He might be more known
separates
for
I think
juice.
I think it'd be like that for a lot of rappers that pass though. For real. For that age group that you yelling.
So you saying the young people? I mean, say some of the
20,
people
21,
that pass.
yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like that group, like but in all actuality, you gotta really think about it, man. Like when kids get hooked on music, it be early in age.
Yeah, but
So how long?
but the way these rappers
That's a Lil
are
Wayne.
nowadays,
25?
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, right. You're right.
Yeah.
You gotta think that's how.
You gotta
That's,
think about
that's
it.
how easy to say.
Kids get gripped to music like
Wayne, my guy.
3, 4 years old. Let's be real, because they look for certain songs.
4
Because I
years
know
old?
at a certain time, my son knew certain songs at 3 or 4.
Who would you listen to at 4 years old?
Shit.
Well, that's
It had
Run
to be
DMC.
You listen
Curtis
to
Blow
you
with
listen
them.
to NWA.
Oh, yeah.
Run
Curtis
DMC.
Blow? Nah, NWA. I was older when NWA came
Karis
out.
One.
At 4 years
That
old,
was like,
I don't know what else.
like, cause you gotta think that's when
Man, it was Curtis Blow.
Which
Whatever
one died? What?
motherfucking,
Playing in
88?
the house. Was what he was listening to.
Melly Mel and them.
Scott. Goddamn, freaks.
Yeah,
Man, look,
I'll be
4 years
42
old,
at 12 o'clock tonight.
4 years old, I'll probably listen to I Wanna
be 42,
Be Rich. Dun, 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 dun. I was probably listening to some pop stuff at 4 years old.
Not me,
dog.
man.
I wasn't listening to
I'm gonna be
hip-hop.
all the way real with you. Definitely Curtis Blow.
I remember,
Basketball.
85?
That was one of the biggest songs.
basketball.
I remember it was 87 or 88. I remember my first concert was the Budweiser
Then Run
Superfest.
in them.
Wow, that's a great concept.
Running
That's
them
a
was
classic.
always
LL
on
Cool
late
J,
night.
Karis One. It was R.I.P.
Yeah.
Scott LaRock. So whatever year he died,
I remember the songs, but I can't remember like me listening to
the
the
dancing song like the Pee Wee Herman dance.
Yeah, all that shit.
Yeah. I remember all that stuff, but I can't say I
remember a
was
lot of
listening
shit.
to it. It just was.
Since you like, man, happy birthday, brother.
This was on.
man. Thank
Yeah,
you,
man. Happy
brother.
birthday, man. Happy birthday. You know what I'm saying? Multiple cups for
yeah,
you.
man. It was, Vin Baker year. Was it number 42? Number 42.
Ooh. I'm gonna see if you guess it.
somebody's
The
walked in.
most famous player to ever wear that joint ever.
James?
42. Think about it.
So why is Pac's music, he's so beloved and compared to like other rappers?
He has to be, man. Like, because
It's like always the Pac comparison when somebody.
I don't agree with it because there's never been another him.
As far as what, like tattoos and that type
Just
of
as far as when somebody get to a certain level, it's almost like
Oh.
a certain kind of artist is like the Pac comparison.
Well, once you get in trouble,
The only
they can never
That's a-
reach
Bad
his
the only
stature.
thing I would say is the pattern of the dropping of the albums, probably, because like Lil Baby, he came with like 3 to 4 joints, like kind of back to back to back, and then at that time, Pac came with like
2.
2 to 3.
They were stretched.
2.
Well, Me Against the World.
Niggas
And then he
roll
was
90.
down for like a year, and then he came right back with All Eyes on Me.
that-
No,
well,
this
that's
came out
three-
what,
that's-
90 what?
No, that's 3 and 2 years.
Yeah,
Me
not
Against the
too
World
far
came
apart.
out in 95.
Yeah.
Both of them came out in 96. All Eyes on Me and Machiavelli came out in 96. That's 3 and 2
Man, I
years.
thought these niggas locked up longer than that.
Nah.
His time period
He
is
wasn't in there that
way
long.
different than everybody else, man. I don't know how he accomplished all that in that short period of time, but he did a lot, man. He was putting in work.
The crazy part about that is like album wise, them last 3 was the best 3 because everything else was like Like it had
Absolutely.
songs. It was never no great albums before that.
Absolutely. I think like his legacy and his music, like why do people like love like his music just carried over? We talking about Pac songs ring off from 1996, 1995. They ring it off in 2021 like crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Like how is Pac music able to carry over? Like a lot of people that we rock with in the 90s, they songs ain't ringing off like that in 2021.
'Cause he one of
We
them
like
dudes,
them,
man.
but they not. You know what I'm saying? We on the yacht, Pac come on, we going crazy. That's a different vibe right there.
What's that?
It's because of the like we always say, man. Like when certain songs come on, they put you in a certain element because you always remembering what you was doing or where you was at when that song came on or what made that song special to you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Whether it was a certain situation or a certain vibe you caught, you may have been bumping it when you bagged something. It's always something about a song or album, for real. Just overall, as a natural artist of being in the hip hop life and coming in the game off art and like you said, Carl, with Revolution and just the overall GOAT to me as far as when you're dealing with hip hop, and because to me hip hop is dealing with not only the lyrics, it's dealing off the art. Because the artwork brings a lot of hip hop to life. That's why artists take so much pride in their album covers, on what they gonna have to represent their whole rollout of their album. You feel me?
Right.
And just like overall with that, man, just him as an overall person. That's why I put him as a GOAT, man. So Pac just always gonna be one of them dudes to me, man. Like when he's mentioned, he's always going to be like when somebody else is doing something that he's already done. They always going to compare it because he dropped the double disc first. Unless you want to get technical, rap, and then here come Biggie. You feel what I'm saying? So we could say Biggie is doing this because of but it's an overall thing. But as I was saying, that's why I think we get the Lil Baby comparison because Lil Baby dropped like 3 to 4 joints.
Right.
In a certain time span, and they all was dope. And the generation that may be in them 30s that's coming up now, that may be on that pop like how we were, or heavy how we were, or maybe the last ones to catch it, they see that pattern in something that Lil Baby done with Pop dropping the whole situation. So I think that's why we get certain little comparisons. But one of my new wave comparisons that I heard was Lil Baby.
Right. Now Ted stepped out, so we brought in the rapologist.
Oh, man, here we go.
Another appearance. The rapologist is here. It wouldn't be right.
He's becoming a regular.
You know what I'm saying? He professionally, you know what I'm saying, professional today for this episode. He came suited and booted. We want to welcome back the big homie, the rapologist, T. Warren. I know you.
Last time you seen was Columbia, right?
Columbia.
Yeah, last time they seen.
Absolutely, man. We pops in randomly. We just give him the mic when he come in. He come through. He's getting the mic. So, man, T. Warren, man, I know you love Pac like everybody. Talk about his legacy of music. Why he's so beloved. That he's still so beloved after all of these years. It's been 25 years since his passing.
Yeah, that's an incredible number, 25 years, because I know everybody at the table remember when we heard the news. You know what I mean?
Right.
They know where we was at.
Where were you at, by the way, before you get into his legacy?
I was walking on King Street. King Street.
Yeah.
SKD. And we was walking towards the library, and we ain't had all the cell phone, but we heard it, and we heard he got shot. We like, oh man, he gonna live. He just got shot before, wasn't no big deal. You know what I mean? He gonna make it through this one. He got shot 5 times, whatever number of times he got hit in New York.
Right.
Yeah, he's cool.
Right.
You know what I mean? So we walking, and then I don't know how we heard it though. I mean, all the news wasn't out like we got on our hips like we got now, but we heard like he died. And we were just dumbfounded, man. We was dumbfounded. We didn't believe it. Right. We just didn't believe it, man. And it was like, man, there's no way it could have happened.
It's unbelievable, man.
Yeah.
And due to the records, that was a Friday around 7 o'clock, right, Carl?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When he actually died.
Eastern time.
When he actually died,
It was a real day. And real quick, I mean, I think I got like a 10-year difference on most of y'all, man. What
Right.
was y'all's story, if I may? Did y'all say that already? Did y'all?
Yeah,
mention
we
it? Real
I
quick.
mean, we was in high school, but we was out of school that day.
Yeah.
From where I mean, me
I
and
was
him
I was
in
in
high
I was in the back of Compton on the green box. It was me, Baker Finch, and Nino. Both of their birthdays is on that day that he passed away. Both of their birthdays because they born on the same day.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And we all Virgos, but you know, that out of that, we was back there on the green box. We was. I think we got ran off the block because the police ran us off the block. Because you know when they run you off the block, you go to the back.
Right.
So you went in the back, and we was back there, and then we was just talking and everything. You know, just everybody, coming around to chill. But I know it was us three for sure, and I think it was Jules and Hunt. And that's when that shit, Jules had came out of the crib because Miss Kissy had stayed right there on the corner.
Talk to me.
And Jules came out. It was like, man, they just said Pac died, man. And I will never, ever forget this. They both cried like babies. Yeah. And I'm a Pac fan, but they really Pac fans, you know what I'm saying? Because they grew up with the Pac, with them being in the older standpoint and doing the actual things that Pac was talking about and doing at that time. Me, I was a youngin'.
Right.
You feel me?
Now, y'all was like freshmen in high school?
Nah, we was
Yeah.
sophomores.
So,
actually.
freshman,
10th
okay.
grade.
Yeah.
1996, we was in 10th grade.
Absolutely.
So,
In
they had me.
September, we was in 10th grade.
They got me by 3 to 4 years. You feel me? Both of them. So that's how that whole situation was. And I remember it to this day.
I remember being sad, but a part of us really didn't
Believe
like,
it was
believe
true.
it was true. So all of the rumors,
Yeah,
all
that
the rumors
7-day
that was coming
theory,
out,
all that type
we
shit.
was-
I was on that
We was all
bandwagon.
buying all of it because I think we just didn't want them to
was
be
on
going. So we was buying into all of that. And then
Then the
Machiavelli came out and just
videos.
pushed it more.
Yeah.
He had videos still coming out when he was actually in it.
He had
So-
sneakers that didn't come out yet.
So
He
I
was
think,
wearing
Sean,
stuff
I
that.
think like you were saying earlier, I think we just really didn't want to let go.
Yeah,
So we
didn't
just,
wanna
in our
let go.
mind, we went, he's still alive, man. He's still alive.
So, yo,
Mexico shit came into play. The Cuba
Yeah,
shit.
Cuba,
all that.
All that type of shit came into play.
So T. Warren, so you're like a little bit older than us. How did you view Tupac? Obviously you're a fan of EPMD, Cool G
DMC,
Rap, Run DMC. Like, how did you look at this young revolutionary artist? Coming up.
That's a heck of a question. I wish you would have asked me that too first, Carl, because that's a good point. Because I think I like Pac and all that, but I
Right.
see him totally different, I think, than all y'all.
Okay.
Because,
Okay.
tell
us.
that age, it does make a difference. It does make
it
a
does.
major difference to
Absolutely.
see somebody jump in the game with Digital Underground and see him, go through his Juice stage, go and see Juice and all that, movie theaters, all this stuff, and then see him flip the script. So we like
Totally.
yeah, and then y'all remember that and
Yeah.
seen it.
Oh,
But I'm
yeah.
maybe at that 10-year mark, I'm looking at it like totally different. Being a rapolist,
Because you seen the vet, you was really
where that come from?
who's this
You know what I
guy?
mean? Like where that come? Yeah, that's not him. So I really ain't believe. I'm like, yo, what is he doing? Like when after Juice, y'all remember? It flipped, and he turned into this new dude. You know what I mean? So it just had me puzzled a little bit.
Right.
I had a chance also to see Pac live. Not on stage, of course. I seen him in concert, but I seen him live. Freak Nick '94.
Wow.
If I got enough time and y'all pay me enough, I'll go find a video. I'm on the elevator with Tupac Shakur.
Wow.
Freak Nick
You
94.
gotta find that.
Yeah, you gotta
And
find
you
that.
gotta
for
find
the
that.
culture.
Yeah.
You gotta
We gotta
find that.
bring that.
culture.
We gotta break that on Concert
You
Crew.
gotta find that. You have
I
to
can
find
find
that.
this
You gotta
video.
search
We got
to
to- we
find
got
that.
to- we got to break that on Concert Crew
Any type of
podcast.
compensation.
We might have to. We might.
Yeah,
we
we might have to
we
do
might
that.
can
We
discuss
might have
no
to do that.
conversation.
I-
Off the record. Off the record.
Walking
Off
in
the
with the
record.
VHS that I do, you know what I mean? I got
I already know you
the
look.
receipt.
I already
You
know
had the
you
big
look.
boy
And he
camera.
walked in there.
You had a
Now-
big boy
I
camera.
I got one more question. Do you look like a young Kales in the video with
Of course.
I had a
with
baby
Pop?
afro, man. I had a
Oh,
baby
okay.
afro, so
Okay,
I was
okay,
saying
okay,
that.
okay.
So going back to the original question, man, I just look at him different. I thought it was some type of flip. I thought it was kind of fake. And a lot of
I
people
was
thought
just about to ask you that. Do you
Yeah,
feel
we
like it
thought
was fake being
yeah.
from like, yo, you was just dancing on stage with
Exactly.
plastic dolls. Now you a thug. And
Yeah,
all
now
that
you're a
stuff.
thug. Yeah, so that's why I looked at it totally different when the songs popping. I mean, of course, when he got with Death Row, it changed a whole lot as far as his
A
music.
whole lot.
Now,
But-
how did you rate him as an MC? Did you put him in the top tier ever?
Not my book. Not my book. No, not my rapology stamp. I know everybody tried to call him the GOAT or all that. He blew up really after he passed as far as, you know, the real lyrics concerning the Machiavelli album is amazing. I mean, it's a great album. You know what I mean? All Eyes on Me, great album. But GOAT, nah, not in my book, man. He's not in my top 5.
Now I'm gonna say,
no.
I'm gonna let Freak expound a little more. 'Cause I know this is his guy, but I'm gonna say this though. I think Pac gets a little bad rap when it comes to. I think he's a better lyricist than he. I don't like him over certain people, my favorites, but I think he was a better lyricist than he get credit for. Some people just make it seem like he can't rap. And I got songs like I Got My Mind Made Up on All Eyes on Me, where he showed me that he could go in when he want to. So I don't think he was just like no poop butt, you know what I'm saying, like lyricist. But I just feel like I still got my guys that I think is better lyricists than him. But I don't think he was like no trash by any means.
He made great songs.
Yeah, I think
Great
he knew.
songs.
I think he knew
Tyler
what he was
songs.
doing.
Lyrics. What the lyrics like? I mean, is it lyrics?
He's not-
I totally disagree if you say that he didn't have lyrics. You know what I'm saying? But you know, it is what it is due to a certain caliber. You know what I'm saying, of MCing that you call it MCing that then. But during that time, you know, certain MCing was very plain cut, very low key, very standard, very not as flippy, as witty, as just lyrical exploit that certain dudes like Tupac, Biggie, and Jay-Z brought to the game, other than a Run DMC,
KRS-One.
KRS. I'm going to your ankle. Run DMC, maybe Melly Mel. You know what I'm saying? Not saying your top 5. Not saying your top 5. Just that I'm trying to do that type pattern because I know Run DMC and your guys, and I know for a fact they ain't your top 5.
Not lyricists, not MCs.
Not lyricist MCs?
As groups,
Who's your top 5 lyricist MCs? Not just regular MCs. Because you had some other shit out.
Before you answer
So
this
now,
question, Oz,
this is what I was getting around to. I was waiting on it.
Take your time.
I gotta go.
Last time you got in trouble, take your time.
You got to pull out the foot pad, right? And
Take
think
out
about
your,
this.
you want to loosen your tie? You want to take your hat off?
I'm not editing
Any type of
this.
shit you want.
Don't call me in 2 days. I'm not changing. I'm not changing the audio.
Who's your top?
Like whatever you saying is good.
What's your top? This shit on wax too. Camera wax.
I'm not changing the audio.
What's your top 5 lyricists of all time?
Any era.
Before I
And
even answer that, okay, and I'm going to give that to you, freaks. I'm going to give that to you. Before I even answer that, what lyric, what song, like what flow did the man that I'm sitting in front of really like change the game that you remember off top? I think Sean said
I
it
got a
best.
couple of them.
Sean, he makes great songs.
I got a few
He
of
make
them.
great songs. But what a lyric, like is mind stated in your brain.
Before you give your lyricist,
That's
top,
my question. I'm gonna get my
top
joint.
5.
That's what I'm gonna answer.
I just want to say this. I'm gonna take up for Pac with this because I believe this. Now
I ain't gonna even go. I'm just gonna let you go because I know you got some shit in.
No,
in
I
your-
think
I'm hot shit off the top.
I
of the door.
personally think people like Hove, Biggie, and Nas are better lyricists than Pac. But I think if you locked all of them in a room and said make the best song, I would think Pac would probably come out making the best song out of all them 4.
Really?
And that goes far.
Wow. Opinions is everything, baby, in life, man.
And I'm a Biggie guy.
I concur.
And Hove's my guy.
I concur.
But I think he could probably make the most powerful song out of them 4 that's going resonate with the most people.
And that's what that 10-year difference does, man. You know what I mean? It really does.
I understand that, but I need to hear your 5 lyricists, man. Let's go, man.
lyricists.
Starting from
Hov,
5.
Biggie.
No. 5 to 1. 5 to, you know how we do this shit.
No,
5 to
I ain't
1.
got time.
No. We ain't got time for the dumb shit.
all right, so
5
Pac
to
is
1.
this guy, man.
No,
Pac is
5 to
this
1.
guy,
All
bro.
right. Give me your 5 to 1. You so stamped on Pac not being your top
Yeah,
lyricist.
you start talking about Pac, he get
No, I'm
emotional.
just being real.
right.
Let's go. 5 to 1. What's your 5?
The R.
Rakim?
The R, yes.
Okay. What's 4?
KRS-One.
letter.
KRS-One?
I'm not even going to go into I ain't going to go into crazy. I'm just going to put my 5
Yeah,
up
because
there.
R
Put my
because
finger
R
on
and KRS, I put them on a different level to not even be mentioned. That's just me.
Okay, all right.
You know what I'm saying? Me being a rapologist, and I understand your
You a
10-year
rapologist
difference.
too?
Absolutely. I understand your 10-year difference, but I've been on the
Let
hip hop
this
a
man finish
long
his
time.
list.
He's still working to be
Yeah.
a rapologist.
Let this
hard-
man
that's hard
finish
to
his
say.
list.
Now I've been
man.
listening to music
I
the
know
same
you
time you've
have.
been listening to music. Now he may have started earlier than me,
He has his
but the
talent.
music that he was listening
wasn't
to.
even
Hold on, hold on.
yet,
You saying
man.
you
You
saying
ain't
you
off the
trying
shoe
you
yet,
saying
man.
you trying to
This
go for his
shit,
crown? You saying you going
Well,
for
I
the
said
crown?
12 o'clock. I ain't coming for his crown. I'm just
He
telling
went
you
out
that
the
I'm
hole
one of
when I
them.
was listening to
I'm
it,
just
though.
telling
I
you
was
that I'm
78,
I'm a
79. He
music
went out the
junkie
hole.
like you. I'm
Alright.
just being real.
T.
with you.
Warren got
Okay.
VHS quality of Pac in the elevator.
I understand that. We need to
don't
see
got
that.
that. You
I
don't
need
got
to see
that.
that.
Got that,
I'm calling
yo.
him to the table for that. I
Man.
know you're gonna
Man,
come
it's-
through,
it's-
but
VHS is
I need
innovation.
your 5.
Okay, let me
So-
do
so-
R, Chris, J, Nas, and LL. Done. And
No
I'm going
biggie.
to order.
No biggie. Oh, okay. All right.
Jesus. Okay.
That's a good point. I mean, I can fight to get him in there. You know what I mean? I can fight to get him in.
I'm gonna let you.
I mean,
ride.
but
I can fight. I'm definitely getting Chris.
Because we
I'm
talking
getting
about
Hov.
Pac, I'm gonna let that go.
I'm getting LL.
LL
Was it
number
Nas?
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said Nas and Chris and Rakim.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
that's
can fight for it.
That's another argument
fight
for
for it.
another episode.
I respect that.
I'm gonna let that one live, though. That's
Yeah.
another argument for another
He
episode.
wasn't around long enough
Rapologist
for me,
has
man.
spoken.
He wasn't around long enough for me, man, to make that dent in my book. He wasn't
Yeah.
around long enough.
Okay.
That's
You
my
feel the
that's
same
all
way
I'm
about Pun too. I heard you say that before, with
Exactly.
the big and Pun.
saying. Exactly.
I
He wasn't
agree.
around long enough
I
to
agree,
make
my
that,
brother.
to make that whole point,
I love
man.
Pun, but
Yeah.
All right.
I understand.
Yeah, I agree with the
And
point.
good brothers. Listen, we've been arguing about it for decades.
Yeah.
Man, all right. The 10 years, the being in this spectrum, the studying this thing, the seeing the Run DMC album come through, and that wasn't my best lyricist, never was, but they was the most impactful.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We all agree with that.
Ain't no argument.
And just being around that at the age of 11, 12.
Were they
13
the
years
first
old.
ones with rock and roll in their video? Aerosmith.
Absolutely.
Absolutely, yeah.
Absolutely.
Easy. And
That's real
and
shit.
And they did rock and
Yeah.
roll before that.
Yeah.
Rock box.
See, I'm just saying.
They had
that's
they
how-
had an endorsement
Guitar,
deal.
Absolutely.
First with a big
On the first
endorsement
album.
sneaker deal.
But Aerosmith was the big dog shit.
Oh yeah,
Oh, that's way bigger than Run
That
DMC.
was
The
that-
big
that-
dog
that
shit.
the whole script
That
they
was
put
it.
on the
Yeah,
first
yeah,
album.
yeah.
Rock and roll
It
guitar.
put it to another level.
That was super big. So we talking about Pac. Why was Pac, I think more than any other artist in history after he passed away, why did his music that we didn't hear at the time stretch so far after he passed away? Like it was music.
Because he made so much of it.
Albums.
He made so much of it,
albums.
man. He,
Like no, I don't. Can y'all compare this to anybody else that passed away?
Nah, not even Biggie. Because when they made Biggie joint, it was Biggie duets and they
Oh my God, stop
remixed
it.
shit.
Stop it! Don't
You know
do
what I'm
that,
saying?
man. That was my guy.
And,
That hurt.
And that was the difference between him.
That hurt.
That was the difference between him and other people and other rappers. Like when Big L left, they start remixing Big L songs.
Yeah.
Not
With
like this,
Pac,
though.
you had actual material.
And I don't care what nobody say. Like these songs, I know he recorded a lot of
Credible.
songs a day.
Credible. They
but
just didn't make
He
albums.
had solids like
Yeah.
until the end of
They
time.
didn't make albums.
Until the end of time, like what you won't do. Like these are songs
Yeah.
that go. Like either Better Days album. And at one point they started watering it down when they started doing the Pop's Life. And
I
all
was
that.
done after
and
until the
T.I.
end of
and
time.
Ashanti and all them. I like, okay, we gotta relax on this.
Until the end of time, that's when I was done.
I say
Right
about
after that.
2001,
That was a good song,
2000.
though.
I mean, he died in 1996. Just we don't even have to go all the way to the when they were just reaching after a while. But I mean, even like 2001 to 2002, they still dropping. I mean, this Outlaws joint, Still I Rise. This joint was all right. Like these wasn't like these old dated records. Like they was good to solid records that he was still dropping. These wasn't like no, patch, after a while it was. But for a while, man, these is quality songs that he's recording. How is he recording all this music so fast and it still be like quality, not trash? Like this is different. It's different.
And then also this is why I feel like people just didn't want to let Pac go. Like we had all this material. I believe he had Gang Related that come out in 1997,
Yeah,
which is
that-
a movie.
yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like people still want to see him on the big screen. People still wanted to hear his music. We just didn't want to let go. It was like that was our guy.
And I think because of that, they just started just like they want
they
more
started
Pac.
milking it,
All right,
yeah.
let's give them
Yeah.
anything. Like let's give them
Yup,
whatever let's put them with anybody, whoever's the hot rapper, that's when I'm like, okay, come on, let's stop this. But for a while though, it was a run of still quality music. Like, you know, Machiavelli actually is considered a posthumous album. That was the first album, but we know he actually laid that. Right. He laid them tracks. But then after that, like, it was some quality joints, Ox. It was some quality joints.
Can I chime in?
Go ahead.
And I ask Freaks.
Yeah.
You know, that because I didn't know that was your man like that.
That's his guy. That's his number uno.
He got the tattoo.
All time.
No, I ain't got no tattoos at all.
You know, I can like go to some verses of the Rakims, the Nas's of the world. Of course, Jay-Z is in my top 5. It's probably in everybody's top 5.
So what, you throwing the challenge that you need a verse or something?
You don't got no pop verses?
I want to hear a verse that turned the game, that changed the game around. You know what I mean? Something, because I mean that makes great songs.
It does.
But what lyrical flow? What did he put together word wise that was like, dang, he said that? Like you do with.
So you ain't like hit him up? Because I know you was like, did he say that? All right, so I ain't gonna go no further. So let's go somewhere else, man. All right, so many tears.
Okay.
So many, like, I'm asking you what you want, because we go to the car. Go track for track, lyric for lyric.
Pac verse who?
With Pac, whoever he's saying his top bar, his barsman is.
You saying this man don't got no Pac bars?
I'm just saying that. I'm just telling him that Pac got bar. He basically saying Pac ain't got no bar. So
That's
what
what
made
saying.
you fall in love with Pac? That if you ain't hear no bars, then Pac.
The song.
He made
The
great.
songs is
Eyes
bars.
on me. Picture me rolling. The ending of this song is really when he's spitting them crazy lyrics like, yeah, the cops, yeah, y'all thought I wasn't gonna be free, all that. That's real lyrics for me. That's what made the song for me.
Come on, give him some bars. Give him some bars. Freaks. Give him some bars.
You can't be a rap. You can't be a rapologist.
Freaks, he put you on the spot. Give him some bars.
You can't be a rapologist.
That makes him top 5.
Freaks, he putting you on the spot. You gotta give him some bars, man.
Yo, Dear Mama is probably one of the greatest hip hop songs ever written toward a mother.
I have to
Come with
concur.
me, Hail Mary, run quick, see.
I ain't a killer, but don't
You
push me.
have it now.
Bend is like the
You wanna
sweetest
ride?
joy
Come
next to
on,
getting
that's
pussy.
wired,
Picture
don't
paragraphs unloaded, wise words being quoted. Picture witness in the rap game is sold it. Bow down, pray to God, hoping that he's listening. What?
Seeing niggas coming for me for my diamonds and they glistening.
Yo, that
Pay
song come on.
attention.
That song come on. You can take the volume down and the crowd gonna say it. I guarantee it though, Ox. Guarantee it.
Harder than
I
anything.
was waiting for my man Freaks to go with that. God damn.
Freaks, yo, Freaks,
Yeah,
yo,
come
give him
on,
some
man.
bars, man. He challenging you. Gotta don't be like JD.
I ain't got
that. It's hip hop. It's hip hop.
Man, it's your favorite of all time. God damn. Say something that makes this man the top 5.
I got a lot of them, Mox. I got a lot of them, man. I got a lot of them. To be real with you, I got a lot of them. Like, once I get started on one, I'll be on another.
I want to hear a lyric that knocked it out. Y'all just spit some shit. I like that. Yo, Flo, can y'all say that one more time?
That was Hail Mary.
That was Hail Mary.
Like,
Yeah.
okay, yeah. And I gave y'all that bar.
Yeah. Damn, Freaks. Come on, dog. Freaks. This your guy. Freaks, this is your guy.
I say that to the kids. This your come with me. And the kid, Hail Mary, and run. Damn, Mr. Boy, how you know Tupac? Yo, you got to leave the classroom. Come with me.
Yo. So you're saying that the kids know Tupac?
Some of them, yeah. They know
In
him.
2021, kids know Tupac.
They know when I say come with me, they be like,
Oh, damn, that's crazy.
Run quick, say finish it all. Like, yo, chill.
That's
Chill.
dope.
Wow,
That's
that's
dope.
dope.
right
You want a
there.
principal
dope,
office?
yo.
That's your principal
Yeah,
office?
just shut them down. Shut them
the
down. Nah, don't say
ISS.
all that. Don't say it all.
So, Freaks, before we move on, do you have any lyrics before we move on? I'm trying. This
I
your
got
guy.
heavy lyrics. I ain't got to prove nothing, Ox. You know what's going on. It's Ox.
Why you red? You look like you turning red a little bit.
I'm grooving. I'm feeling it. It's my birthday. I'm feeling it.
I threw it out there.
It ain't about
I
nothing,
named my
man.
top 5. I even spit some
Damn,
lyrics from
man.
some of my top 5 competitors. You know what I mean?
I love Pac shit,
All right,
man.
how about this for the hypothetical? We heard at the time that Pac passed, we heard a lot about stuff he was talking about doing in the future. Where do you see Pac if he was still around in, say, a great hip hop year like 1998? If he was still around in 1998, how do you think Pac would be in the year 1998 if he is still around? Hypothetical.
Off death row?
You saying it would be?
I think the Death Row East shit you got on right now. I don't think that would. I don't think that was in the play.
Noticed that?
I think that was a little throw. Like,
I need a big change.
all right, my main guy about to leave, so let me give him something. You know what I'm saying? I think the Death Row East was the, you know what I'm saying?
Look.
I think it wouldn't have been that. You know what I'm saying? I'm being real.
All I need is a big chain, man. That's all I need, a big
Yeah.
chain.
Oh, that thing fresh out.
Nah,
Yo, I mean,
what do you think? 1998 Pac.
I feel like music would have went back to the East Coast. I feel like maybe he would have been on some Premier tracks, some East Coast tracks. I mean,
You think he would have went back to the East? Wow, that's interesting.
I mean, because, you know, with the whole Death Row East thing, I feel like Pac would have been like, all right, this is my branch of Death Row. Maybe he would have did that.
Okay.
What do you think, Freaks? You think he'd have still been out West Coast?
Nah, I think he would have been back on the East. Heavy. You know what
Wow.
I'm saying? I'm going to be real with you. I think he would have been back on the East, but I think that his West Coast stamp was already imprinted, that anything that he wanted from the West, he would have got. But
Definitely. That
I
flag
think
is already out
that
there.
he was slowly making his way from Shook. That, you know, due to the, you know, the everything that was said from like people that was close to him in the documentaries and all that, he was making his move. That's why he started talking business.
And then also he was about to do that album with Buckshot, the whole Duck Down.
Yeah.
What was it?
One Nation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One
You
Nation,
know what?
One Nation.
I'm gonna go out here on a little limb a little bit. I know at the time that he passed, there was a lot of controversy in his music. He was coming at a lot of people. I actually think he was about to turn it full circle by 1998. I think he was about to squash all of that, all of that beef stuff. I think I agree with you. He either was going to be out of his Death Row contract, or he was going to finally level up to where if it was a situation with Death Row, he was going to get everything he was supposed to get. Because at the time he passed, he wasn't really getting everything. His contract wasn't the greatest. He was just trying to meet his obligations of his albums. But I think at that point, his power already been proved. So they had to come correct with the Death Row East thing. But whether he had Death Row East or not, I think he would have had his own situation with his artists, whether it be the Outlaws or whoever. I think he would have had his own imprint. But I think all the beef stuff, I think the Biggie thing would have been worked out. He was already working it out with Nas. I think everybody else, I think the East Coast, I think it would have been more love. And the One Nation project, I think it would have brought some unity back to the game. I think he would have kind of killed, because it was made an East Coast, West Coast thing, but I heard him in interviews say like, it ain't an East, he ain't really like, want to make it seem like he hate the whole East Coast.
Yeah.
It was just a couple people that he had a problem with. So I think he actually wanted to fix that image a little bit. Mm-hmm. And I think if he would have got away from getting the battery in his back on Death Row, I think like T. Warren was talking about, the real Pac would have took over, and I think he would have helped, you know, squash some of them beefs and just make it more unity in the game, man. That's where I see it going if he was alive. And his little problem with Snoop too, I think they would have worked that out as well. So I think that was light. But he was just mad because he kind of went against the home team. So I think all that Biggie stuff, they would have killed that. Because I think Biggie wanted to squash it. It was all on Pac.
Yeah.
So you think about 1998, T. Warren, Pac had 2 more years if he was still around. Because that was a great year. That was when Jay-Z was popping. That's when DMX was popping. You know what I'm saying? He'd have been right around with these guys.
Well, that's a good point, but you got to remember he threw a slick shot at Hove. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
So then Hove got to say something. Hove didn't say nothing because of the situation, but Hove didn't got to get involved.
I think Nas would have said something too if he
Yeah.
was still. Mobb Deep would have probably went harder.
You got to remember that it probably would have went another way. You
Definitely
know what I
Prodigy.
mean?
Prodigy definitely
another
threw
way.
some
So
shots.
another couple years, those guys got to get involved back then.
So you saying the responses would have came and it would have dragged out a little longer.
Yeah, you can't put that away and say, okay, cooler here's prevail. Come on, Hove had to come back. Hove had to say something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it could have went real.
And I seen stuff where they
Because
all
Hope
said
was Snoop though.
Right.
So he had to respond.
Yeah.
He had
All
to
that shit
respond.
Pac was so big, you had to respond.
Right.
Like, you know, so
Right.
he's
So you
coming
got to
at you.
remember that. You know what I mean? I think you got to get more years on it.
I think they would have got that out. I think they'd have got that out the way in '97. They'd have got that out the way. By '98, I think
That went a little bit longer than that, homie. Nah, that would have got crazy.
I see some unity, man. I see some unity. At least by 2000, at least it'd have been some unity. Then maybe you need 2 more years after that.
Well, are you saying Biggie was still living also? Biggie didn't get murdered?
Hypothetically, yes. Biggie's still here.
Nah, that could have got dragged out then, man.
Pac is alive. I don't think Biggie's dying.
Right. Okay.
I agree with that.
Okay.
I agree with that 100%.
So that's what we're saying. So
agree with
it's
that.
going to drag. You got Hov involved. You got Nas involved. You got Mobb Deep. Got to throw their back. They got to get back involved.
But it's too much money that was being made. Like I don't think they would
Almost
let
like
it drag on
somebody
like that.
I hate to say it. Somebody had to die. I don't know, man. Something had to happen.
Man, somebody was just
had
telling me.
that.
Somebody was
Yeah.
just telling me that earlier. They was like, it was meant to be. That they feel like it was meant. I mean, obviously, but they feel like they had to. It was their
much
time.
pressure.
It was their time. So and then I can't argue that that's not right. I can't argue with that.
What we gonna do, man? We ain't all going to 90, 80. Or we gotta have situations like that. We can change that subject another time. I ain't gonna get
Yeah,
into
real
that,
quick.
But
Real
It
quick.
is what
as
it
far
is,
as
man.
Pac's murder, are we finally at peace in what we think happened in Tupac's death? Are we? It's an individual question, I guess. But do you feel like you pretty much know what happened and you at peace, or is it mystery still, where you think it could have been some extra shady stuff that we don't even have no idea about?
I feel like I'm at peace. I mean, everybody know what happened. He did something stupid, just hanging with the wrong crowd, and just got caught up in some real gang stuff. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's what it is.
Yeah,
You know?
Freaks. I know you got your conspiracy theories, and at
That
one
shit
point,
been over
no,
for a minute
and
now,
at one point, I was on the,
I was too,
I was
but
on the. I think Suge
it
had
was the
something to
fan
do with
in
it,
me.
team. But after seeing the facts and seeing the breakdowns and seeing different opinions, this was some gang stuff. I actually don't think Suge had anything to do with this. I think it was some gang. He was getting involved in some gang
I heard you
stuff
say something
that
earlier.
he shouldn't have been involved in.
I heard you say something earlier, Carl, when you
that?
said that out of all people they went to tell about the dude that took the chain. Why did they go tell Pop?
I agree.
Yeah.
So
Why-
don't you?
why
how
would you
many
tell all
people?
them goons you got
How?
with you?
Listen to me. How many
them
people is
cronies you got
delivering
hanging
messages
around.
to Tupac at this time, at this place, at this arena, without Suge say so?
You just leaving a Mike Tyson fight. Everybody.
Who delivering a message to Pac about somebody else that Pac ain't got nothing to do with?
He had a battery
that
in his
time-
back, though, Freaks.
To a mega artist, certain niggas couldn't even talk to Pac that was around Suge. They was there for one reason only. They was getting paid for one reason only.
So you saying
Why all of a sudden that shit come out of nowhere to Pac, out of all people? I got people that are hired to shoot. Pac is there for lyrics only.
Make us the money.
Make us the money. He
songs.
make the albums. I can't get one of these niggas that I know gonna shoot, make an album. Why all of a sudden it's brought to Pac?
All right, so you're just putting out there. You're pretty much
Like I
telling
said
me it still
earlier,
got
it
legs.
could have been-
You
it-
saying it still got legs,
It
man.
could have been
It's-
anything. It could have been anything,
All
Carl.
this could have
But
been
due,
avoided.
but due, all,
Crazy.
I agree
due
with
to
that.
all
this
that
could have been
time,
avoided easily.
but due to all that time, when that shit happened, Suge and Pac already had a meeting about Pac letting him know what's left on the contract. Is that a fact, or do you think so?
No, that's a fact.
All
Pac
right,
had
okay.
a 3-album deal. Pac fulfilled his deal,
And did he go to Suge before this?
and it was up to him what
Did he
wanted
go to
do.
Suge before this incident?
Absolutely.
And he did more. So all them songs that came out after was probably all Death Row.
And
On a conspiracy theory type look for what we've been told. Because we only know what we've been told. In the documentaries of people that been around him, do they coincide? Do they coexist?
Ox look like he taking this in. What you got?
I'm
Ox?
just being real.
What you got, Ox?
I think it's an open and shut case. You know what I mean? I don't believe in none of that conspiracy nonsense. You know, when you do dirt, you get dirt.
I
And
understand
we got
that.
the video footage of him running down on somebody.
It's a 1-for-1. I called that earlier, Ox,
Yeah.
before you got here. I called it a 1-for-1. All right. Y'all complaining about we ain't finding what happened to Biggie? Well, we going to let Pac go, so it's a 1-for-1.
Okay.
It's a wash.
See, but that California case is different, man.
Yeah,
they
that's
got
good.
I
undercover
understand that,
cops
but
working for
different
Death
than
Row and
Vegas.
all that. That's
Yeah,
a
but
whole
Biggie,
nother-
Biggie,
Exactly.
Biggie wasn't.
Both sides.
Biggie John was a little different. He ain't had no direct.
He was
ain't had
tied
no,
in.
He ain't had no direct.
When he landed,
beef
when he landed, him and Puff was protected. That's a fact. That's a fact. From what side, it didn't matter. But we know for a fact that the size was different.
That's true.
We know for a fact what Tupac represented and Suge represented didn't represent what Big and them represented.
That was too easy to get the big. Then if he was protected, he was too easy.
But that's the only difference in the case.
It was tied in.
The only difference in
It
the
was all
case.
tied in. It was all tied in.
Where was everybody at?
The difference in the case was that
Look at both
Biggie's. I feel like Biggie's death was a retaliation from Pac, but Pac's thing wasn't about Biggie. Pac's thing was
Nah, it
about
wasn't.
gangs in California
this is some
and him
red
getting
versus
into some lanes that he shouldn't have been in at that point in his life. He was
Yeah, I understand that.
multi-platinum.
But they
superstar.
but at the end of the day, him and Biggie death came together because of one reason. Because they had a problem with each other. So all right, whatever happened with Pop, whatever happened with Pop, if it didn't relate, they gonna make sure that man, look.
Black mom, man. Crab in the barrel.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree.
All that time.
A lot of talent.
They in the mud together. Big boy blow up and then he mad and you know what I mean. You used to sleep on his couch. You know what I mean. All the good shit. You know what I mean. But
It was a little bit. It was a little bit of everything.
Absolutely, that was
It
it.
was a little bit of everything.
I mean, maybe the studio situation. The studio shit looks fuzzy.
and that
Absolutely.
and that's an option.
Hold on.
But that's an option of something happening. So you might have mixed feelings about that, but you're never going to forget about that. Mm-hmm. Now, all the other shit with the couch and shit, that's my stamps that I collect. Things that you like to collect. About things or whatever, when it's brought up, oh, look, man, shit, I got this on you. Boom, boom.
It ain't about
It was the lyrics.
that one ain't.
I'm not saying that it's about that, but I'm just saying, but the thought of him thinking that how it happened and the NY thing, it was a thought.
I don't think we realize like how tough it is to see like how would you know something was all right, so say this. I'm coming in from wherever down to East Side. I get robbed and I'm like, yo, freaks, you know anything? T1, you know anything?
Mm-hmm.
Throw me a bone and you like, I don't know. Like at the time it's like nobody had social media, nobody had Instagram. Like how would you know like
listen,
who did something?
Yeah,
You know what I
listen.
mean? So
I always thought that he should have been mad at them. I didn't think they set it up, of course. No, I never
Yeah,
thought
that's
that.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But I thought
I can see
why he
in
was
a
mad.
And that's
member.
enough.
I can see
And
in
that's
an act,
enough, Fox.
in an
That's
act
what I'm
of
saying.
anger. I could understand the feelings. I don't
That's
think
what
they had
I'm
nothing to
saying.
do with it, but I
That's
can
all I'm
understand
saying.
the
That
feelings.
you can. It's a reason to think that. You
But-
can't say that it's not a reason to think that.
But what a lot of
That's
people,
major.
A lot of people forget though in the Pac situation is that after Pac passed away, what people forget is it was a complete war in California, gang wars. Orlando Anderson gone, out of here. They was going to the different hoods and it was bodies getting dropped. So it wasn't like nothing happened after Pac. It was a nasty chain reaction of black men killing each other. Words. So I mean, it was ugly. Like it wasn't like Pac was the last little part. it was an ugly situation, man. It wasn't good at all. I just feel like, damn, I feel like the Pac thing could have been prevented, and I feel like I don't know, man. They used to call it the immortal death row. Maybe they just felt like they was untouchable, man. They could just do whatever to whoever, and it wasn't going to be no retaliation, and that's what happened.
And guess
man.
what? Scarface said his best, man. I think y'all know the lyrics. Do you got enough balls? You know what I mean? Scarface said it. You remember the lyrics, no?
Yeah.
Do you got enough balls to make it happen? And Orlando Anderson, whoever came back and hit the BM up, had the balls to find him, pull up the side. They going into the Tyson fight, leaving the Tyson fight. Let's get him. Balls. And guess what, y'all? And we can move. I'm gonna shut up after this. From our life, we done seen a lot of situations. Both of us having that ball, shoot the club up, pull up on somebody. We done seen it 20 million times since '96. You know what I mean? So it just is what it is, man.
It's a world within our own people.
Yeah.
So what also with that is like, yo, I'm not going to sit next to Carl in a car and have him set up to be shooting at him.
Yeah, I think
You know what I'm
I
saying?
just think
Like-
that's real hard. After they broke that down, freaks, they actually broke that down scientifically.
was on that freak?
It ain't no
I
way.
ain't know what was going on.
Hell no.
No, they broke.
They was hearing shit, Ox. Suge shot me.
Yeah, they broke
was
that.
hearing
They
shit.
broke that down
A
scientifically,
little bit though.
and it was no
I
way.
ain't know what was going on, Ox.
It was no way that Suge
Everybody
could-
was the
that he
victim.
could, like,
Exactly.
that he could,
Everybody
like,
was in-
It's no way that Suge could have like prevented not being hit with the way them bullets was coming, dog. Like it's no way. I actually seen a break at the one show. They had actual dummies, a breakdown. Like it was no way Suge could like actually know. Like yeah, I'm gonna be in the car and I'm not gonna get hit the way the dude was shooting.
man.
I feel you, freaks, but I can't go with you on this ride of
That has to
conspiracy,
be
dog.
debunked.
And I was with you for years, but after I seen the facts of it, nah, man, he just got hit. Like he just,
You fell off that top.
yeah, I had to fall off because the proof wasn't adding up.
Sure, lucky he ain't died. Get hit one time in the head.
Word.
That's it.
It could have easily went a different way. It could have been both of them. It could have been one of them. It could have been either way, man. But you know that was the fate at the time. But to put a bow on this whole Biggie and Pac thing, do you think has everyone gotten over the East Coast West Coast beef that contributed in ways, however you want to look at it? It had contributions to the deaths of Pac and Biggie. You think everybody has fully gotten over the East Coast West Coast thing in hip hop, or period?
I would say in 2021, yeah.
I think so. I think so.
you
I
don't
feel
see
like
no reminiscence of it.
they got one on the East Side, somebody from the West. So I feel like now it's like, all right, that was so stupid. We lost two great artists. Let's just come together. You know what I mean? And make good music together.
You know what's interesting? I think the rappers are over it, but I think there's certain people that love Biggie so much and love Pac so much, like diehards. I don't think some of the diehards is really like, I'm still ride or die Pac, I'm still ride or die Biggie, and they can't mess with the other one. I think the rappers is cool. I think the rappers is on, for the most part, it's more unified. But I think their followers or diehard fans, some of them just can't separate that. Like, it's still the separation a little bit.
Still hear that? I really don't hear it myself.
So you saying like a diehard Biggie fan won't listen to like a Kendrick album?
Nah, I ain't saying like new dudes. I'm just talking about like they still team Pop. Like F
definitely,
Biggie,
definitely.
like kind of thing. Like in the same. I ain't saying they ain't gonna listen to a Kendrick. That's different. But I mean, I think some of them might be still just my territory.
Yeah.
West Coast territory, East Coast territory. I think fans haven't all the way let go of it. I think the rappers have though, because they just at the end of the day they want to get money.
I can see somebody we know saying that. I ain't gonna say his name.
Oh, that's a great example.
Yeah.
New York. That's a great. And he ain't even young. That's a great example.
It's
That's
embarrassing.
a great example.
Embarrassing.
I didn't say his name, but
It's embarrassing.
It's embarrassing.
It's embarrassing. Real rap. Real
Pito,
rap.
I'm
Showing all this shit tonight.
sorry, Pito.
Look. We celebrating Pac, so it's only right. We celebrating Pac and we celebrating Freak's birthday. You know what I'm saying? I love this good brother, man. You know, we wishing you many more blessings, man.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
42,
saying?
nigga. Question for you.
42.
Taz couldn't answer.
42.
He just was right here. Question for you.
Go ahead.
Who wore the most famous sports player that wore the number 42?
He didn't know that?
He didn't know that.
Jackie Robinson?
Come on, baby.
Damn, I mean, I was going to tell you, but damn.
Yeah.
He didn't know that, though?
He didn't know that.
Hey, I think he's talking about
It's all
basketball. You
wax.
talking about basketball
Nah,
players?
I was talking about sports ever.
Okay. I can't help you.
He didn't know that?
He didn't know that.
I
Jackie
got a
Robinson.
Jackie Robinson date everybody wear 42.
Jackie Robinson, baby. Support.
Yeah, you know what? If he ain't a baseball man, maybe he didn't. You know what I mean? But
I ain't a baseball man, but I kind of knew that. But
well, damn, give me some football shit. Then you shouldn't use Jackie Robinson, motherfucker. I should.
Ronnie Lott, nigga.
Okay, all right.
Fuck is wrong with you,
All right,
nigga?
all right, so that
San
should be
Fran,
that,
nigga. Yeah.
That should be in the
One of the
hashtag.
dirtiest safeties in the game.
Yeah.
all right, I'm gonna
you
throw
going
this.
him? You
I'm gonna
going
throw
him?
this.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm gonna throw this out here about Pac real quick to get a general answer from everybody. One more time, we kind of discussed it. Is Tupac the GOAT?
Yes. Overall artistic in the game of hip hop, where hip hop represents art, music, songs, catalogs, albums. Fuck what you heard. Put a good album on during the ride. Let me know what's going on. I guarantee you Pac got more than what any person that you might name right now that's in your top 5. Okay. Besides Hov. Name them. I can name 3 to 4 Pac joints right now that can go. We can take a ride to North Carolina. All 4 of them going to go.
Well, to me, no, Pac is not the GOAT. But Hov's the GOAT to me. You know, we be clear.
Yeah,
Pac is in my top 5 though. And you want to ask my top 5, T1? You want to know my top 5?
We know Hov the GOAT right now.
My top 5.
We living in the right now status.
Nah, I'm not.
So
living
Hov
right
is the
now
GOAT.
status. Hov is the GOAT. Biggie number 2 for me, Nas number 3, Pac number 4, Rakim number 5. That's my top 5. I will say he's not the GOAT to me. Like lyrically, I like the metaphors and
Who your
punchline.
top 5 minus Big and Pac?
It would be Nas.
All right, now
Wanna
name
keep
them.
going?
5 to 1.
Minus
5 to 1. We know you got Pac. I mean, you got Big. You got Hove number 1.
Yeah,
Nas 2.
I just said it. No.
Who 3?
Biggie number 2.
Nah, I said minus Pac and Big.
Oh. Then I gotta
Let's
add
go.
more people. I
said
gotta
Nas.
think
Man,
about
man,
that
let's
more.
go. Mine's ready. Let's go.
How you gonna take Big and Pac out of it?
Man, because I'm tired of mentioning Big and Pac along with KRS-One, Rakim,
It's
and them type dudes.
Just answer the question.
I'm tired.
Okay, well then, if you take
It's time to put Big and Pac away. Let's put them away. Up there with KRS-One.
They're in the
Due
Raptors.
to it may be outside your realms of specification of degree.
Whoa,
Of that you may like.
No, we trying to say it going over your head. That's what he's saying.
I'm not saying that. I'm only saying, and I'm only saying that because Pac's not one of your guys. But when you do a voting, how many times you gonna hear Pac over anybody
Well,
else?
Hove is still my number 1, and Nas is my number 2. If you take away
Pac and Big, it's real. You gonna hear Pac and Big
But that's
over.
in depth too, though.
I've been saying that forever, Freeze.
Def
I said
plays a
Pac
part
and
of that.
Big are like safe answers.
Okay,
Def
well
plays a
then
part of that.
I agree.
Well, then I got top 3. It would be Hove, Nas, and Rakim. I got to think about the other 2.
Okay, all right.
All right,
Wow.
but he is not my GOAT. But I think he does have what I will give Pac out of all them other people. I think he had the most powerful voice in hip hop. His words projected more than anybody else. I'll give him that. But lyrically, he's not in my GOATs or just technical rapping and bars and metaphors and he wasn't my favorite. But as
Say no
far
more.
as
I
as
respect
far as
that.
a voice, yes, he's that guy.
I respect that.
To me, Pac is lyrically not the greatest of all time, but he's the most influential of all time. He opened up a lot of doors for rappers to be acting, to be poets. You know what I'm saying? Like, Pac did a lot for the game outside of just making music. You know what I mean?
Right.
And
That's a fact.
And I just feel like he's definitely one of the biggest. Well, he is the biggest rap icon of all time, hands down. You go to Africa, you'll probably see like a Tupac mural somewhere.
Yo, we were in Jamaica, randomly walking in the town of Jamaica. They're bumping "Hit 'Em Up" in the music store in the town
Which
of Jamaica.
is the greatest diss record of all
I
time.
said, yo, where they have "Hit 'Em Up"? Why are they bumping this in
You
Jamaica?
got something to say about that? Yeah, I know you do. Let's
Greatest
go.
diss record
I know what
of
he
all
gonna
time.
say. I know what he gonna say, but
What you gonna say, Ox?
I want to hear this GOAT one more time so we can finalize that. I already know how you felt earlier, but can we just put a bow on this for you? Is Pac the GOAT? Is he in the conversation? Is he at the table? Can he sit at the table?
And when you say GOAT, and that's where I want to chime in, because I'm in a definition type of person.
Well,
I like
LL said it's the greatest of all time.
So that
can
means-
can
that
he even
means-
sit at the table with the greatest of all times? Like plural? Like, can he sit at that table to you?
What does the table consist of? Is it a Mount Rushmore?
Overall.
It's gotta be
Overall.
at least like
How many?
12.
How many GOATs?
How many?
Man? We need-
How many?
Top
I need
10?
a number. I'm a number man. I need a
Okay,
number.
okay. He's not in your top 5. You gave your top 5. Is he in your top 10?
That's a hell of a question.
It's gotta be in the 12, at least the Last Supper. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you can,
Can he make it 12?
I don't
Give
think
me
he's going to make my top 10.
Woo!
That's
Your
his
top
top
10,
10.
you got 5 more?
If I put down my
You got
numbers,
5 more better than Pac.
I got put
Ox.
and the reason
Give me your 5 more better than Pac right now.
He's saying Lil Wayne for sure. He's saying Lil
can't
Wayne.
be serious.
He's saying Lil Wayne for
Oh,
sure.
smacking
He's
the drink
saying-
out his
that's why he
ass.
took a drink. He's saying Lil Wayne for sure. That's why he took a drink. He already know. I already know.
Yo,
He's
T-Ward.
saying Lil Wayne for sure.
Are we saying
Yo.
lyricists? Are we
Like
saying
we-
lyricists or artists? What are we saying? What
If
are we
you
saying?
say-
Top 10.
If you say
Never.
Lyricists?
If you say
Lyricists,
Lil Wayne, I will
artists,
delete you
in the
as a
hip
friend
hop,
on
in
Instagram
the hip
right
100.
now.
Ox, don't lie to the people. Keep it 100. In your heart, you want to
If
say
you
want to say
Lil
Lil
Wayne,
over
I will
Pac.
delete you off Instagram and block you right now.
Block that nigga.
Because it's coming, dog.
It will be
Nah,
Block
nah,
City.
nah. Forget the camera. Forget the cameras there. Let go ahead.
Where's that Lil Wayne shit come from?
I
Where that
need
come
you-
from anyway?
Yeah,
Back
you.
to the next day and change.
Nah, nigga, we don't do that.
Put him
Carl.
in.
Concert crew don't do that,
You said
nigga.
take Rakim off and add
I did.
Lil Wayne.
No, I did
This is
not.
what
I did.
y'all remember.
I did.
I should have
Yeah,
recorded you.
but
Now I gotta
Rakim
record
was
you.
in his top 5 there all of a sudden.
Originally.
Yeah, originally.
Now he said take Rakim off and add Lil Wayne.
Hold on, I saw quoted the next day and put Lil Wayne on.
You called me and said, "Yo, I want to take Rakim off and put Lil."
It's like 3 o'clock in the morning, he said, too.
Nigga took Rakim off.
So now
But
Rakim-
Rakim is his top lyricist.
Rakim made it back. Now he made it back. Yeah, I'm confused.
Yeah, so now
Wow.
that said, that rap.
Yeah, I
artist
know,
stand,
I know.
You know what I mean? It's self-proclaimed, but I still hold it down because of the knowledge. The knowledge reigns supreme over nearly everyone. You look at me and laugh. This is your class. It's an all-out discussion of the suckers I'll be crushing. And now we over. Let me shut up.
All
Right
right,
now, baby.
that's beautiful.
I'm
But
gonna shut up.
are you officially taking
Shut up,
Lil
no,
Wayne
right.
in your top 10 over Pop?
No, I'm not, yo. And guess
Man.
what, man?
Real
Learn
quick,
something
real
new.
quick,
He
Ox.
got
Real
bars.
quick.
He got
Real
bars. I
quick,
think he got
real quick,
bars. I
Ox.
think he got bars.
Now that I'm struggling in this game by any means, by getting green in this game for Southern Seams, I'm getting. Hold on.
Hold on.
He said I'm
He got it. Hold on.
Now I'm struggling in this game by any means, by getting greedy in this game for green. What he say? I'm getting struggling in this verse. I'm having visions and seeing a leave it here in the hearse. God, can you feel me? Take me away from all the pressure and all the pain. He said, I'm getting set up in the aim. I'm going blind. I feel my time in the cell. I'm living well. I know my destiny is hell, but still I fail. My life is in the now, but when I die, baptized in the eternal fire, shed so many tears.
No, that verse is hard. That whole song was hard. So many
Lord
tears
knows
is hard.
I tried. Been a
Witness the
homicide.
homicide. Little kids die.
When the wise I walk by.
Broken horns, green with the chalk line, getting high.
This ain't the life for me.
I want to change, but future
I
life
don't
for
even
me.
bang with Pac like that, and I know this.
Damn.
What was you at the half hour ago? We was asking for lyrics.
And I'm grooving.
All right, so Pac's not in the top 10. Pac's not in the top 10. We're going to move on from that.
I need his 5, and Pac ain't in there.
He already gave his
He
5.
gotta be at
Nah, I
the
need his 5 outside of his 5, and Pac not in
I'm
the top
throwing
10.
Q before my man.
All right, Q, who
He
else?
gotta be 12 at least. He
I'm
gotta be.
throwing Big Daddy before my man right now.
He gotta be
Who
at
else?
He gotta be at the
Who
Last
else?
Supper.
I mean, I'm gonna give him that. I'll probably get him in that 12.
Who else? Who else?
gotta be
Who
at
else?
the Last
That's
Supper.
7. Who else?
Some good stuff. What's this?
Wheezy. Wheezy.
Go ahead, man.
Easy
You gotta
E.
finish
Come on,
up.
come on, man. You want to
Don't
take?
say Easy E.
I
Don't
ain't
say
say no damn Easy E.
Okay. Rest in
I
peace.
ain't have Biggie in my. I like Biggie over my man.
I can
That's
see
8.
that.
That's
I can see
8.
that.
That's 8.
All right. I had Nas in my top 5.
You had Nas in your original top
Yeah,
5?
did I?
I don't think so.
did.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, yes, he did. Nas was in his top 5.
Okay, I thought you said little.
Stop
You
the
said
bullshit.
LL.
Stop the dumb shit.
LL
Stop the
Rakim.
dumb
on
shit.
paper,
Ox.
man. That's what I'm
LL
saying. Y'all got this
Rakim. LL
straight.
Yeah.
Rakim.
But look though, and
Hov.
all them people that you name is in my top 10. All them, the other 2 that you name, Q and Big Daddy, they in my top 10. I'm just letting you know that.
All right, well, we're just going to say he's not in your top 10, T1.
Didn't make the
All right,
list.
he's in the top 12.
Lyricist.
He's in your top 12. He's in your top
Ever.
12.
Artists is different.
Overall
Can
artist.
we do that?
Overall artist.
Nah.
Overall artist.
I'm gonna put him in my top. The overall artist.
That's what matters.
All
All right,
well,
then
then
we'll put him in my top. Easy.
All right, yeah.
All right.
Overall
I'm
artist,
talking about
yes.
art. I'm talking
Look
about
at this shit
overall
right there.
order.
Look at that. Look at this right here, man. Changes is in my joint. Look at Hit 'Em Up. This is on my joint. This is on my workout joint. You know what I mean? Rakim ain't on my workout joint, to be honest. You know what I mean? This is on my
Yeah,
joint.
because you took him off from Lil Wayne.
Wobble, wobble.
Wobble, wobble.
Wobbly,
wobbly,
I took him off for Lil Wayne.
Artists,
I
lyricists
never
are
ever did
different.
that in my career.
When I was
Artists,
saying,
Lil
lyrics
Wayne
different.
might be barely making my top 20.
I'm trying to think, did that really happen?
Yeah,
No,
that
definitely
really happened. We
It
got the
definitely
text.
happened. I ain't
You know, we
crazy.
keep all receipts, nigga.
Definitely.
Stop the dumb shit. Don't even. Just go to his profile.
I'm very good at bringing up old.
Do you want that to come up in the slide
old footage? Yeah.
next to this motherfucking video?
You know,
I called in and took.
Do you want this to come up in this slide next to your videos?
Yo, T1, T1, you know I can make you a little cute video with the pictures and all that in there. You know I got you if you need it.
What you gotta do is just go to Instagram, go to your tag post, and you'll see us on
Put his
there.
BVD shit on too, man. Because they can't get all
The
of
logo
it.
on that joint.
Hey, Ox, they can't get all your motherfucking Stringer Bell. Look, let them get some BVD shit with you and your hood shit.
All right, man.
Hook that nigga up, Carl.
All right, we go.
Because I know you keep receipts.
We go.
You call me out for some old shit.
I keep all receipts, though. I keep all receipts. But look, 25 years Pac's been going. Looking back on his life, what's some of your favorite memories of Pac?
Wow.
I mean, for me, I think him as an actor, like, I love watching Juice.
Juice was
Butter
big.
Rum.
Watching
Juice was big.
Above the Rim. Poetic
Yeah.
Justice. I always
Yeah.
watch that when that's on, just to see, you know what I mean? Like, he was a great actor to me.
Yeah, Juice put him on the map in
Yeah.
the acting game for sure.
I'm going to be always real with you, Carl. And because I'm a concert crew member, I want to say the concerts that I seen a video that they made of him performing, like House of Blues,
Yeah, the House of
classic,
Blues is
of that
crazy.
nature.
The House of Blues is crazy.
that shit is what moved me because regardless of the situation, he didn't change the song up too much
Right.
for his audience to repeat the lyrics that they already knew. Like when you go back to them old videos of him with him and Biggie, you know what I'm saying? All that type shit. That's
that
that's
beat
what
when
I
they both
remember.
rapping together, that was
you know what I'm
good.
saying? Like even though I wasn't at that concert and I love going to concerts, that's one of the things that I would have loved being at is at a concert for Tupac. You know what I'm saying? And for me seeing them videos and shit, that shit looked, and he turned them videos into actual music videos.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So just imagine being at the actual concert.
Yeah, I got a lot, man. A lot comes to mind when I think about when he first came home and went to Death Row, how like he was like a lightning bolt. Whether you liked him or not, like that was a moment, man. He man, nobody wanted no problem with Pac at that point. He was on one, man. When he first came home, when Hit 'Em Up dropped, and Biggie is my guy. But when Hit 'Em Up dropped, man, that was a game changer. That's the first time I heard, like, it wasn't like subliminals. It wasn't like cute little lyrics. It was like, yo, let's get right to the point of how I feel about you and your crew. Before then, I love Cube's No Vaseline, but the way Hail Mary hit, the way Hit 'Em Up hit was different, man. Like that joint was so direct.
Yo, is that not the
That
hardest
changed the game.
diss record of all time?
I would say yes. That joint
I
was
was
hard.
fighting with you for a second, but yeah, I
That
got
joint
to.
was
I got
hard.
to.
And Biggie
I
is
got
my
to.
guy, but that joint
My
right
man
there
starts the
was
song with,
like
that's why I fucked
a
your
bomb.
bitch, you fat
When
motherfucker.
I
That's how
heard
it
that,
starts
man.
out. That's how the song starts
When I heard
out.
that, I said, yo, it's going to be some shit behind this. Because it
Man, it
was
was
one of
hard.
them records,
Then he took
man.
his song and said, take money, not
Yeah.
get money,
Word,
take money.
word,
God
man.
damn.
And they hit
Man.
everybody in the crew, you know what I mean?
But he had a lot. That Hit 'Em Up was
First
Yeah, I
hard.
was
off,
trying to
fuck
fight
your
you
bitch.
for a minute. You know, I'm on some
First
bitches
off,
over
fuck
and
your
all that,
bitch.
you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
In the click you claim.
West side when we ride, come to click with gang, yo.
Claim to be a
Claim
player, but I fucked your wife.
Not your girl, your wife. God.
And even if it wasn't true,
I
the
hear
way
that shit
the
now.
way it ringed off was just
You thought it was
crazy.
real. Yo, you thought it was real.
They said,
When
I'm
you
gonna
heard it, it was like, yo,
gonna let my little young boys ride on you. Hey, I'm done with y'all. Let me get out
I was
the
trying
way,
to fight it,
yo.
but yeah, you got
and
it.
they from Jersey. That's
Word.
the crazy
I
part.
thought Hove
Oh,
getting that
man.
Mob Deep and getting that Nas and Mob Deep on the same joint.
That's the number one joint right there.
Yeah, I
But
thought
that-
that
What's
was
your
joint-
top five
that
disc
joint was
records
hard,
ever?
man.
Ox, I think I asked you this
But-
before.
But man, Pac had a lot of memories.
What's your
man.
top five disc records?
No
top
Vaseline.
Dang.
Uh-huh. That's one of mine.
Bridges over. Just
Okay.
because.
That's three.
You know what I mean? Hove joint.
Take over.
Take over.
Take over.
You got to go with the other one if you're going with that. You're not Ether.
Ether.
Oh, yeah, easy. Yeah, damn,
Fine.
done,
Yeah, that's
done.
fine. That's
done.
fine. Yeah.
Can you fight that? Bridges, y'all can get Bridges over out of there, huh?
Nah, that's a good top
Nah,
five.
that's
I ain't mad at
solid.
that top five at all. Bridget Over was hard.
So y'all probably rhyme with the same thing, but what y'all gonna replace with Bridges over?
I like Bridges Over. Bridges Over was hard, but I,
The
Who's
only
your
thing
top
I
five?
bring in contention With The Bridge Is Over is T.I. shit going at a little flip.
No, you know what I like though? I ain't gonna hold you. He ain't in this category as far as level of rappers, but that Cannabis joint, the LL second round knockout was hard, man.
I'm gonna end
That
it.
joint was
I was
hard.
bullshitting around because I like T.I., but the hardest shit though is Pusha T. Next up.
Oh.
This and Drake.
Adonis joint. That joint was
Really?
hard. That joint was hard.
That's Infrared.
No, that's the story of Adonis you talking about.
Nah.
Oh,
When you
Story
talking
of
about the
Adonis.
song.
okay, yeah.
When he brought the cover out with him with the black face.
Drake, that Meek.
Nah, I ain't
Back
fucking with
Back to Back
Adonis.
was good, but
Back
it
to
ain't going on
Back.
my top
A
five.
little
Not
pop.
my top
Little
five.
pop.
What about Common, Trash and Cube?
That was
I
hard.
see the bitch in you.
That was hard, but not my top
Yeah.
five. That was hard. It was underrated too, but I can't go top five.
Only thing I might slide in my top 5 that may be coming at something is that
Oh no,
motherfucking-
timeout. Oh, timeout. No, timeout. Beanie Siegel at Jadakiss
was just thinking
is
about
in my
that.
top 5.
He said
That song was hard.
He said,
He
"I'll
kicked
kick
his
your
ball
ball
over
on the fence, let you know who your this is."
Oh my. Never mind. Beans is getting in my top. That song was hard.
Who you
Yeah.
thinking of?
What? I gotta
Bridge
think
is over.
somebody got Bridges over. Somebody
Gotta go.
I
It was
love
the
Bridges
wreck.
over. Man, that
It was
Beanie
the wreck.
song.
And he rapped over Jada's beat.
Yo, I'm a son kissed like a soda and kiss J to Yo, come on, man. Really gonna kiss the game goodbye. Yo, that song was hard.
Say you really
go
about
back
to
and
make me
listen to
hurt
that.
you,
Go back and
kiss.
listen to it.
Nigga sweet as a ball. You didn't hurt your kiss.
Yo, that
So
song
in that
on
battle,
with the
I
purple
think y'all
shit.
more versed than me on that. To keep it real with y'all, who won?
I'm gonna say Beans.
I'm gonna say Beans. The Beans kept going.
Jadakiss ain't make a harder song than that Beans
that
song.
disco beat song.
Yeah,
Was
he made a disco song where he was rapping good, but it was like a disco beat. That Beans
Then
song
Beans
was
and them
hard.
kept going. They went to the radio station. Then they came again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I take that Beans song. I was tripping for it, man. I lost my mind. Yeah, that Beans song gonna get in there somehow. It's gonna get in
Over
there.
Bridges Over. I might have to agree.
Yeah, and I
might have to
think
agree.
Bridges Over is hard.
I think Bridges Over is hard.
I think
I
Bridges
knew that.
Over is
But I
gonna
think
be an honorable mention.
that Beans joint was more coming at you.
Word.
That
But
honorable mention, KRS One,
KRS
and
One
Pusha
honorable
T.
mention. But just to wrap up, Pac memories. I like when he George Jefferson walked out the courtroom. Remember that? Joe?
Oh yeah.
And then he had the middle finger when he was all wrapped up. He gave him the middle finger. That
Fuck
one.
you. Yeah.
When he spit with the hockey jersey on. That joint. They caught that on camera. That was hard. And then this wasn't really a moment, but I'm sure people heard about that when he shot at the undercover cops.
Yeah.
That was hard. Because he got attempted murder charge and got off. But for the simple fact that he ain't think about it and just shot at him, like that's crazy, yo.
That's the revolution.
That was crazy. And
Yo.
he got off. Most people would have been jammed up with that. Just because they ain't had the right, legals, and he got out of that.
Yo, I mean, for me, I would say 95 Source Awards when he performed out on bail and he grabbed the mic from Q-Tip and
that
Tribe
was
Called
hard.
Quest and
Yeah,
did that joint.
He played him out.
Oh man, that joint was hard, yo.
Yeah,
That's
was.
definitely a
Man.
Pac
Any other
moment.
memories, Ox?
Well, I want to shout out that I got on video.
Yo, we need that.
Yo, we need that, yo.
We need that. Go in the archives. I know how you do.
That's a fun.
You got to go way in the lost footage.
Fine.
gotta
I
go
got
in.
tapes in the basement. You got Freaknik on it.
You
Now I
gotta
gotta go.
find it.
Yo, you gotta
Yo,
go
you
to
gotta-
Remember, them
Yo.
Freakniks is 6 hours long.
You know how much that can go? Yo, you gotta find. Yo, you got a Pac video.
Yeah.
You gotta
What?
find
You
that.
upload
for
that joint?
for the tape break or something, man. You gotta
Yeah,
find
you-
that.
you gotta get that
gotta
thing
find
digital.
that.
How you not
yo.
going to debut that?
Ox.
on-
You gotta put that on lost footage. That'll be lost footage of the century.
Nah, you gotta bring that joint to this episode.
Make me do that.
You gotta bring it to the episode, Ox.
You gotta find the VHS.
You gotta bring it
dog.
to the episode, Ox.
Get that footage of like
Footage, man.
TMZ or something.
You gotta bring it to the episode, bro.
You get
You gotta stamp it right here, right now. Concert crew,
Yeah, you got to, man.
production of
You
T
got to.
Warren Productions.
You got to. If that's your favorite
Executive.
moment, you
That ain't my
got
favorite
Executive
moment,
footage.
but, you know,
That's
yeah,
a hell of a moment, dog. That's a moment can't nobody else relate
what, like
to.
94? You said.
Yeah.
So yeah, the big.
Yeah, we had the real big.
Yeah, big camera.
Can't nobody relate to that, dog. You gotta find that. If you can find that, you gotta find it. You gotta find
That's
do everything.
classic
You
hip-hop.
gotta
Why
do
wouldn't you want to
everything
bring
you
that
can
to
do.
this moment?
You gotta do everything.
You on the
can do to
episode.
find it.
Time.
You
Take
owe that
time,
for the
baby.
culture.
You do owe that.
6 hours.
Yo, owe that. Oh no, say it again, Sean. I ain't hear
Why
it.
not?
That
Say it
is
again.
6 hours. You owe that to the culture.
Damn.
Do that.
You
man.
owe it to the culture.
This is your due diligence.
Woo!
for the culture of hip hop. To show where you been. You have to, yo.
So you got me buzzing with that one. I was trying to get a couple of dollars first.
yo,
trying to get a couple
owe it to
of
hip-hop.
funny
Yo.
type shit.
The rapologist, he said you owe it to
Rap
hip hop.
odds, you owe it to
That's
hip
heavy
hop
talk.
for the
That's a lot of
culture.
pressure, man. Maybe I shouldn't have said it. Damn.
That's heavy
Yo,
talk.
so
We
dog.
taped and I just looked at it afterwards.
I mean, obviously, we don't know what else is on these tapes.
Now, you
It
gotta
could
remember,
be some
you gotta
random
remember that
chicks,
wasn't, he
you know
wasn't
what I'm
really
saying?
like that though. He really wasn't like that.
It
He
don't
might
matter.
have been
Nobody cares about that now.
Yo,
They just care
Explains
about
our point,
Pac.
Ox.
yo, it could be like a 20-second
transition.
clip and people would love it, yo.
The transition.
This nigga was a digital underground type. We like,
don't
yo,
matter.
It's the
My man-
transition.
My man's a
now.
roadie. He's a
the
roadie.
transition.
He's a myth. He's a
Yeah,
mythical
he's a
creature
legend.
now. It's Pac. It don't matter what he was back then. It's what he was now. What do you say? You can't
Ox,
change?
you already on wax saying
What
that
he
you
say?
already
What he say in
got
the
this.
movie?
So what
You
was
can't
all
change.
There's
what
no way we
were.
could block you
You
out.
can't change what we were. Go ahead.
Where was y'all at in 94, motherfucker?
In 94?
I was
I was running around somewhere.
I was in fourth
I
grade.
was in,
No,
no, no, no,
high
time
school,
out. No, I was in middle school in 94. I was in middle school.
I was on my way to high school, baby.
Yeah.
I was in middle school, living life.
They playing the A, you know, we was down there in 94.
Yeah, I was in middle school running
Let me
around.
throw some birds
I
up there.
wasn't there. I'll tell you
50,
that.
Ox. You 50 plus.
Okay,
So
I'm just throwing-
you know
I'm just throwing
you
my-
gotta-
you gotta recognize that
gave you the
from the
plus.
rip.
He said the plus.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, well, yeah,
So we gotta realize
Give myself
that.
some flowers.
Yeah, absolutely. We gonna give it to you.
You deserve the
Especially when you bring that footage through. It's over.
I mean,
You're staying.
for the
You want
record,
Lex roll
take-
logo on this motherfucker. That shit running.
for the record, Ox is a legend in itself. He's a rapologist, got his online degree. You know what I'm saying? It's like, Ox is a legend. Ox is a legend.
He got University of Phoenix? God damn.
I didn't say University of Phoenix.
Rapologist.
Rapologist is a certified legend in
I
these
made
streets.
that up. Y'all ain't never heard that before. Y'all
Nah, man, he's a rapologist, yo.
That's
it
the
is,
first.
My
You
man,
the first.
yo, seriously though, salute, man. Yo, because honestly,
This how Sean get when he get it.
I'm serious. Like honestly, like I love hip hop,
Nah,
and
he was there.
I envy you for seeing Run DMC in concert. All these, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you was there, and I'm playing with
know.
He-Man. He-Man.
You don't
know
know
what
what the
I'm
fuck is.
saying? Yeah, like I'm sitting there as a kid, like yo, like yo, salute, bro, for real.
Respect, baby.
Yeah.
Nah, yo. Favorite,
You don't know what was going on. You don't know what was happening.
favorite Pac song, man. Favorite Pac song. If you had to choose one Pac song, what you choosing?
I'm gonna go hit him up. For me, that's one of my favorite pop songs. It's a diss record, but that's my personal favorite.
If
song.
I had to choose one, I'm going Ambitions of a Rider. If I had to choose one. If just one, I'm going to go with Ambitions of a Rider.
There, man.
Just one. But he got a lot of great songs I love.
great song.
Picture Me Rolling, I Ain't Mad at You.
Wow.
So many great
putting
songs.
the
But
pressure
if I
on
had
him.
one, I'm going to go with Ambitions of a Rider. All Eyes on Me, the song. But if I had one, Ambitions of a Rider was hard.
Damn, so many
Song was
tears,
hard.
man.
So many
Only
tears.
song that
Oh,
made
that
me
was
cry,
hard.
bro.
Stevie Wonder sample.
So many
Eyes
tears.
on me, picture me rolling. Come on, man.
All right, but so many tears was real.
I'm going to
You
go with
gotta
Ambitions
get
of
them
a
in there,
Rider.
man. Picture me rolling, all eyes on me.
That was a dope video too.
No more pain. Knock it off, man.
I'm just saying, there's so
Damn.
many of them.
Damn.
Ox, but so many
Damn.
tears.
Well, you have to choose
So
one.
many
Ox, and you just
tears.
said
Yeah,
five.
I'm just
Which
saying,
one are you
that
going
ain't-
with?
them jump
I'm just
beat that
saying,
out.
so many tears captured, like, grabbed me in, Ox, for this. It really pulled me in.
That was at above the rim.
expecting this.
Man,
Expecting this.
One song, Ox. One song.
Hard.
go.
You only get one.
I've been doing this a lot lately. I'm going with what I just said.
You only get one.
I'm gonna get one, and I've been going with this drink for a minute right now.
Which one's that?
No more pain. Is
No
what
more
I'm going
pain?
with.
I ain't mad at
And,
no
and
more.
that's and this right here is a slight. That's a slight two. Can I get two of them, man? I'm fighting for two.
Nah, just one.
no
Pain
more,
hard.
no more pain.
Wow, what's the other song? Oh, All Eyes on Me. All Eyes on
Or
Me.
a picture.
Picture Me Rolling.
I'm
is
sure at the
crazy.
beach though,
Picture
man.
Me
We
Roll-
chilling.
Picture me
yeah,
rolling in my
motherfucker.
Picture
500
me, picture me
bands.
rolling. Hit different.
I got no love for these niggas. They don't need to
when
be
you
friends.
when you riding out, picture me
They
rolling.
got me
hit
under
different.
surveillance.
Woo.
They want somebody to tell it. Know it's dope being sold.
But I ain't the one
selling it. With $1 million number. The federales want to see me dead. Niggas put rifles to my head. Now I got you rock ballers by my bed. I feed them lead. Come on, man. Lord, forgive me when I live for all the dirt that these niggas did. Being kids.
Talk to him.
One like to live, but it's hard to be positive. When niggas shooting in your crib. My mom still stuck in the rollers on. My homies is in. Most dead gone.
And that beat, boy.
Fully grown, finally a man.
Picture
She said, fully grown, finally a man. They're figuring on schemes
That's classic
to
lyrics,
put
man.
some greens in the pockets.
Are you
of my
staying? Are you
empty
staying with
hand.
Pain? Or are you going with Are you going with All Eyes on Me or Picture Me Rolling?
Said
What you
my
going
dreams are sisters.
Pain is such a great
Said
song.
my
though.
dreams
It's
are
a great
sisters.
song. I feel that.
My heart is gone.
Oh,
I'm losing money right now. too.
speaking of Pain, what sample
Motherfucking green
did they
bag.
use?
Respect the #1 bet.
What sample did they use
Yeah.
for Pain? I don't know. That's a great question.
From Star Trek.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Hey, I didn't know that
Thinking
one.
of the G's
Oh,
I
he
be
going
holding.
he going to Google. Whoa,
Picture
he
me
going
rolling.
to fact check
Trek.
you. T1, you ain't believing
can't
him.
fact
You
check
ain't
me.
believing
Come
the
on,
young
man.
scrapper.
What's that?
Let's go,
Pain.
y'all.
Why are you thinking about that though? Why are you thinking about that? Is there any rappers that got characteristics of Pac? Not saying they just like Pac, but they got some characteristics that Pac had in them over the years after he passed. Now, I'm not saying they just like Pac, but stuff that reminds you of Pac in areas. I think there was a couple.
Like who?
You don't see no kind of. I ain't saying they just like Pac, but nothing that resemble areas of Pac life and no other artists. You don't think? I got a few. I'm surprised, man. I'm surprised.
Ooh.
I think DMX with his passion in his music.
Those two were definitely different.
I think
like,
X.
as
I think
far
X
as-
had a different kind of passion for his music, and that side of Pac, I can see a relating in that.
Besides that,
I know
Well,
somebody.
not to
I
cut
know
you off.
somebody that dressed just like him. A rapper that we just seen, just dressed just like him. Big artist.
Who,
Just
Nipsey?
was on a big stage. Red do-rag. Boy,
Oh, now stop. Not Ja Rule.
he ain't taking style.
Stop.
He ain't Ja Rule ain't take Pac style. I ain't talking about
Ja
the
Rule
singing
not as
music.
deep as Pac.
I ain't talking about the music.
I'm gonna
talking
go,
about he took his
man. I'm talking
style.
about the music, man. Fuck the style. When the red bandanas, a lot of them for wearing bandanas. We ain't doing that.
Not the boy head.
We ain't doing
He
that. We
remade
ain't
Pain.
doing
He
that.
remade Pain.
Yeah.
You was
Man,
bumping
that shit was
You
trash.
was bumping that, Fred.
That shit was
You
trash.
was bumping that Ja Rule
That shit
Pain
was trash.
heavy.
That was an intermission. That was an intermission in the verses. Now when they got my motherfucking beverage.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
The
my nigga
fuck
Pac.
outta here,
When
man.
that Pain dropped,
Nipsey.
Nipsey, I
Nipsey.
think Nipsey.
That's it.
Nipsey
As
was
far
leadership.
as the mind
Yeah.
elevation and the leadership, Nipsey. That's it.
I don't get Nipsey vibes from Pac though.
I get the
I don't know
leader.
why
I get
not.
the leadership vibe. The leadership
Yeah.
vibe as a leader.
Nipsey was learning everything.
You
that
know
he
how
was
people
learning.
look to Pac for leadership.
Nipsey start
They was
going
looking
to the level that he
they
was
looking
going,
to
Nipsey.
Nipsey for leadership.
I'm just being I don't know if I'm being right or not. I'm just going off the vibe I was getting. And Nipsey was on a more intellectual direction than anybody. Only person that was on that level was Pac.
I got two more things, but also I'm gonna throw Kendrick Lamar in there, the poetic side. Kendrick Lamar. I'm gonna throw that in
I
there.
ain't never hear poetry from him, but I heard his raps.
From Kendrick Lamar?
Like him stopping and doing the poetry. What was that on? What he did that on something
Did that on
else?
his album, dog.
Yeah, all right, okay.
But I got two more questions for you. What do you think Pac would be like if he was still alive? He'd have been 50 years old this year. What do you think Pac would have been like at 50 years old if he was still here?
Definitely more revolutionary. Definitely with the politics, especially with right now.
And the
He'd
business
have been
part of
heavily
it.
speaking on that.
Yeah, especially
So
what we went through.
wherever, say for instance that I'm not saying that this person is here to represent that. Say for instance, you see shine and that light of trying to make things better.
Imagine that being Pac 5 times over.
Well, I agree with you. I think Pac would have been bigger than music. I actually probably think he might not have been making music at this stage of his life. I think he would have made so much music then.
Yeah.
Maybe throwing some appearances here and there. But I think he had
Couple verses.
I think he had a bigger purpose. But I do think because of how much of a leader he was, I think his life would have still been threatened, but by people bigger than gangs. Because I think he would have had so much of a power in his words over the people. I think Pac would have been on some other mission. I heard him talk about building underground towns and stuff. So he was a deep thinker. So I think he would have been on some other way bigger mission than music. He might dibble and dabble and help certain artists, but I think he was on a bigger mission to help people overall. You know, if he was around if he was still around at 50. Thanks, Sean.
Pac at 50, I feel like he probably wouldn't have liked the music today. The way, I mean, just seeing how the game is going now, I feel like he would definitely be very outspoken. Probably not making much as music, but just being like that voice of, kids like to sit back and listen to and absorb his words. You know what I mean?
You know how people get all excited for people to get whole verses or get like Andre 3000 to rap when they don't rap, like they don't be doing as much. I think Pac would have been on another level for artists.
Definitely.
I'm gonna try. Pac, man, do this verse for me. Like to get a Pac verse would be huge because I think he would be on some other type stuff at the time.
Most definitely. We can look at where we at now as far as those hot guys that was in the 90s. You know what I mean? What are they doing now? Which, we got to follow suit. Is he going to be totally different? Is he going to follow that same thing that we seen from them guys from the 90s? I think he'd fall right in place on what they doing.
I think he would have had
Legendary,
I think he would have had clothes and he would have had a label and all that same blueprint. I think he would have followed that. At 50 though, just how he thought with the militant Black Panther stuff.
Look at Ice Cube.
My man would have been Pac would have been all on this Black Lives Matter movement. You know what I'm saying? He'd have been on the front lines for real.
And finally, 25 years after his passing, how do you remember Tupac Amaru Shakur?
How do I remember him, man? I think I'm going back to my man Sean, man. The songs, and I learned a little bit today from you freaks as far as him being in your top 5 and the lyrics y'all just put to me. It took y'all a minute to get the lyrics out. Man, add some lyrics. You know what I mean? I'm about to go home listening to some of my top 3,
well, we did our job then.
Yeah,
we did our job.
And I'm going to decipher the lyrics. All right? So that's my tab on it.
I'm going to keep it short and sweet, man. Like I said, he's the most powerful voice for a rapper. He was so much more than an artist. He was very complex. But there could never be another Tupac, man. His legacy looms so heavy in hip-hop and history. He could never be replaced. He could never be forgotten. He still inspires artists to this day, 25 years later. Like his presence is still so heavy on the game because of how great he was, pretty much. He's a legend, man. Rest in peace, Tupac.
Oh man, Tupac. I feel like he's definitely an icon, great actor, great writer, made great songs. Just one of the best to ever do it.
The GOAT. The GOAT, man. One of the best, man, on all platforms of the game of hip hop. From videos, we ain't gonna even talk about the videos to one point. From the videos touching to every area of the humanistic of an individual human being, far as fatherhood, lost and struggling, homeless, teenage pregnancy, hoes being hoes, niggas being niggas, everything. Day one, man, like he did it all. And he actually did poetry, and he actually act. Name somebody that's in your rapper top 5 of acting.
Definitely top 5.
Bringing
actors.
the top 5 hip hop, everything that dealt with the culture, top 5 artists with acting, he should be mentioned.
Definitely.
Or 3 movies alone.
I agree, man.
Yeah.
Ox, anything else? Rapologist before we get up out of here?
Listen, man, I always going to leave with this. I want to say this. Thanks for having me, number one. I learned a lot, number two.
Always.
You know what I mean? And number three, Pac. Pac, while we here, 25 years later, is that correct?
25
years later.
25 years later.
Time flies like a mug.
That's a fact.
Lord, can you
That's
believe
a
that?
fact. 25
like we
years.
all mentioned where we was at when it happened.
Right.
25
We
years
remember
ago. It's crazy.
And we got our theories, you know what I mean? We got our thoughts on why, how. You know what I mean? We seen the movies.
Yeah.
This is life, man. This is life. And we all got our number. Let's just ride this out, man. Live life like a video is my old stand.
And Pac, for sure, he lived his life, man. It was a
Definitely.
crazy roller coaster ride, but he definitely,
Yeah.
25 years, he lived his life. Rest in peace to Tupac Shakur. Rest in peace to his mom, Afeni Shakur. Damn, man, such a legend. 25 years later, man, you know what I'm saying? You still miss, you still loved in the game. Happy 50th birthday. 50, he'd have been 50 years old.
Damn.
Wow. Pac, legend, man. If you're young and you haven't heard his music, please go check his music out, man. Listen to why, maybe you can understand a little more why people love Pac so much and they felt him so much, man. But, we Concert Crew Podcast, and we're going to always give flowers to our legends and everybody that laid the path. Because we can't go on unless we do that, man. Unless we remember,
It's only
we
right.
celebrate
It's
this
only
man's
right.
life. So we're going to celebrate Pac. Man, thank you for all your contributions to the culture. Rest in peace, Tupac Shakur, man. One last time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Concert Crew Podcast. Make sure y'all go follow us at Concert Crew Podcast. Make sure y'all go download, subscribe.
Happy birthday,
We
baby.
on all digital platforms,
My
man.
day, baby. Ox.
Happy birthday, freaks, man.
9/21.
It's only right. It's only right we celebrating Pac and you at the same time.
9/21, baby.
Make sure y'all go to our YouTube.
42.
Check out all of our
Who
YouTube
you said that?
videos.
Who you said wore that, Ox?
Jackie Robinson.
And who else?
That's Ronnie Lott.
Okay.
Check out all of our YouTube videos, man. Concert Crew Podcast, we here. Yo, we ain't going nowhere. Yo, Pito, hit us with the fader. We out.
Yeah.
Thug life.